Good morning, everyone. Today we have the Unforgiven versus Armades army in Team Wars Week 3. Let's go ahead and get started as the players are already on the table, Jules, ND, and Elite. I'll actually have to flip the players' names here. I'm TheEgg, kwrowe will be joining me shortly. Jules ND will be on the bottom, so I'll flip that up. We open up with my monster cards. Wow. Okay. We open up with my monster cards versus heavy starter. Looks like Elite is opening up with Crystron heavy starter. Gets the Citry on the field. Prismatic Citry at that. And Jules ND is pretty obviously Ritual Beast, I assume. But Ritual Beast with 3 back row? That's more confusing. That is more confusing. Anyway, Elite is on the top, so I'll go ahead and change his name there. Oh, I forgot a couple of things. Please ignore the stream for a minute. Alright, so Armades army is currently 0-2 on the season, was 2-8 last season. Well, the Unforgiven, last year their name was Unforgiven Suspects, I think, last season. This season they are 0-2. They were 3-7 when they combined with the usual suspects. Alright, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it looks like a 30 card deck versus quality. Okay. I don't know what this deck is. Green one's gonna come out, yellow one's gonna get popped. He can go into everything. Probably Smiger, yeah. And then the Smiger's gonna pop itself probably. And he'll have impact. If this isn't already impact, of course, Smiger might not even pop himself. kwrowe will be here soon. Double back row. This is the weirdest duel. Citry's gonna attack for 500 into the My Monster cards deck that didn't open a monster. Such a weird duel. Anyway, one face down, 3 cards in hand. We know 2 of them are monsters. For Jules. It is Ritual Beast. Tamer Elder comes out here. Tamer Elder's effect's gonna activate. He was waiting on his Winda. He got his Winda. So Winda's gonna, well, I'm gonna be honest here. I don't know enough about Ritual Beast to make good comments for the remainder of this duel. So I'm gonna take a nap, and after Ritual Beasts do what they do, I'll go ahead and come back.
Oh,
is that kwrowe? The Ritual
This
Beast
kwrowe.
player? Oh my goodness. Now
How's
I
everyone
actually
doing?
have somebody who can comment on Ritual Beast. That's great news.
Or is that the game that's going on right now? I am just getting the stream up.
My monster card Ritual
And
Beast
getting
that opened 3 back row.
Ooh,
Yeah.
interesting. Will be some Ritual Beast specific spell and traps back there, right? Not many people playing Ambush right now, so just spells.
Yeah. Looks pretty weird. The whole duel's been weird. So the Citry has been in attack mode the whole time, trying to poke, and the Crystron player has 2 back row and a face down, which is floodgated.
This is a really grindy matchup, isn't it?
This is weird, yeah. Oh, kwrowe, you got a lot of blowing in your mic. Just pull it away from your mouth ever so slightly. We hear you just fine. I got you high on the gain.
Better?
Yeah, perfect. Well, maybe even a little closer. It has an echo, but it's fine. Alright, Ritual Beast is going to bring out Winda and Tamer Elder off of the Dolphin Fusion-y thing. I don't know, that's all they did. Okay. Oh yeah, Shaz, the sensitivity plays a role. Yeah, that's true. Alright, so Winda and Elder are in. Herald of the Abyss is going to get rid of the Sitri and anything he would bring out except Sam Destroyer, right? Yeah, Sam Destroyer. He has to go into Sam Destroyer. No, he's just going to lose the Sitri. So the face down card is floodgated. He finally gets Canahawk. I forgot what Canahawk does. You can banish a Ritual Beast card from your deck. Okay.
Returns it comes to your hand.
Oh, and then it comes to your hand?
That's not what it's used.
Oh, okay. Second standby phase. So he's not going to get the Dolphin for a minute. But isn't he just going to use the Dolphin with all of the combo wombo stuff? Goes into Ulti Canahawk. Ulti Canahawk activates his first effect. I'm pretty sure he has 2 effects. I legitimately don't know what's happening. Looks like Elder and Dolphin are going to do something from the banish pile.
So I'm nearly up to speed, so I might be able to help somewhat.
Good, because I'm going to go to sleep. Alright, so Peltafin is on the field. Now you can banish a Ritual Beast card from his hand, but he doesn't have one, of course. Does he have a way to draw one? No.
Yeah, so that's what Elderhawk is for.
Oh. While we're saying he misplayed, I don't know how anyone could tell anyone misplayed with Ritual Beast. Yeah. That's pretty interesting card.
Oh yeah, he did misplay.
He did?
Yeah, so with Canahawk, when you banish, you can banish 2 Ritual Beasts to search a Ritual Beast card from your deck. But you can also chain its effect to special summon 2 Ritual Beasts. So that way you can, one of the 2 what you were going to banish, you can special summon to the field. But for Canahawk's effect to work, at least one of the targets that you said you were going to banish has to go to the graveyard. And he selected 2 targets, then in the effect special summon both of them. Neither of the 2 that he targeted went to the graveyard. They were both special summoned on the field. Canahawk's
I lost kwrowe. kwrowe, I lost you.
Oh.
Oh, there you are.
You didn't.
Okay. You said
you didn't hear that explanation.
Yeah, no, you said Canahawk second, and then it just stopped.
Oh well.
Yeah, that's okay, because this is what's happening. We now I now know what this deck is. It is a floodgate control deck, and this is not game if you even floodgate all 3 monsters, because the issue is you can still normal summon Solf on top of it. Thing is, I think there's 2 Solfs in the grave. No, I'm wrong. Okay, only 1 Solf in the grave. So there's plenty of opportunity to normal summon. What is happening? Okay, Canahawk went to the grave. Maybe that's what kwrowe's saying. Yep, that's what kwrowe was saying. Okay, now he has that card that does things in the battle phase, I think, right? That's the, yes, quick play. Yeah, so now he has the card that does things in the battle phase, so now he can start battling. And actually, like, one of these can be run over by the window. He did it right. But he's got what? Impact, right? Yeah, so he definitely has an impact. Needle Sealing comes out. What in the holiest? Alright,
Oh, that was it.
let's see. Needle Sealing comes out. They're dead. And,
He attacked with the lion there, then Needle Sealing would not have affected the lion, and he would have killed a monster, and then there'd have only been 3 on the field. So that was a bit of a misplay, not attacking with.
got it. Got it.
Yeah.
And it
when,
was a misplay. It was a misplay allowing the attack to go through.
Yeah, even allowing the attack could have put Elite in trouble there, because if he attacked with Pelio.
Yeah. So here's your pop, and that was the impact. So he tricked us all. He said a Needle Sealing. Everyone thought he said an impact after that search earlier. Alright, so Self's going to send impact. Rosie Nix is going to go into the grave. Now he's got a level 7. He can go into Sam Destroyer. Window will not float. He has only a spell card in hand. But he's going to get a draw with Canahawk here, is he not? Pretty sure he gets a draw with Canahawk. So he should have 2 in hand, but one's going to have to be Elder, I think. Right? No, he didn't get a draw with Canahawk. I guess it's not in the banish pile anymore. No, the Dolphin's right there. I don't understand why he didn't get the draw off of Canahawk's effect.
If it's been taken out of the banish pile, I think that it doesn't work.
Well, then this is game. This needs another wall of D. Yeah, that's gonna be it.
Sorry, pretty rubbish there, guys. Game only caught up for me at the very end, so
Yeah, that's a rip. I don't think my monster cards is the way to go.
It's tough. I think that you have to play Sealed Tombs, really. It's really helpful in this matchup, and losing a not that hard.
That's a really good point.
It is a grindy matchup. It's a lot about, you can win this game by making your opponent time out very often. Both players, because especially this deck that was running Floodgates and really could have stalled out for a bit longer.
Yeah.
Maybe that would have been a better win comp.
It's very interesting.
It can get very intensive on the bronze timer.
Interesting. Alright, we're going to go right into the what looks like next duel. Wow. Alright, players are doing everything the right way. 1-0 for the, let's see, which one's got the 1? Unforgiven. Elite. So 1-0 Unforgiven. Up to 74 viewers here on a very early Sunday morning. Instead of going to church, you guys came here. Welcome, welcome. Actually, church is canceled because of the coronavirus. So, Fifnir throws in the impact. Perfect opening play. Pops itself, goes into probably some shenanigans, and then eventually into a Citri.
What are we expecting this Yugi deck to be then? Yami, sorry.
That's a Yami deck. I don't know what you combine with Ritual Beast. I legitimately have no idea. I wouldn't have repeated Ritual Beast because I think that my monster cards is not the right way to play the deck. This Vern's on going to pop itself and then going to go into probably something else that'll pop itself. He just went into his Prizzy City. Alright, let's see. Elemental Sabers makes the most sense. I think.
Yeah, I think D-Draw Elemental Sabers is very likely.
It could be D-Draw Dark Magician. I've seen that a time or two, though I think that's a little bit goofy.
Is D-Draw Dark Magician?
Yeah, so it's a little goofy. It's because in D-Draw Dark Magician you don't have a whole lot of say as to how much damage you take. Like it's not a deck that, you know, plays a lot of kwrowe or defensive traps or something. You know, you have say in damage when you do like Chain or Windstorm or Curse of Anubis. Like you have say in your damage then, but not in this.
This is one of the problems with Dark Magician right now. No one's really sure what skill to play it with. I've seen lots of different skills in the past weekend over
You're
Team
right.
Wars and Clan. So people are using the tie that binds. Some people are using sealed tombs, and then I've seen some with balance and my monster cards. So
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I think you know what I would do if I was D-Draw? I would play this curtain card, and I would play the Cyclones, and
Mirror
so
Wall.
I think Mirror Wall is that actually might get you to where you can manipulate your life points. Oh, let's see. This Vern's going to activate its effect from the grave because there is no Okay, so this is interesting. So instead of keeping the what was that, Kaku, he went ahead and illusion magic early. That means that he has double Navi or Navi Tretch set. Now Tretch is absolutely dominant in this matchup if there's not a live impact, but unfortunately there for him, for the Dark Magician player, there is a live impact in the grave.
And no way to seal tombs makes this even harder. There's
Yeah, that makes this really hard because he's going to go into Sam Destroyer right here, which is a 2600 monster. He does not have tie that binds. There's the Tretch, but I mean, I just told you the answer to this question, and I told you already the other one's Navi. So what he's doing is he's doing this so that he can banish the Sofifnir as well, I guess. Yeah, he's going to do this so he can banish the Sofifnir off of the circle. And maybe he runs Night's End to where he can banish other things, I guess. That doesn't really do anything if he keeps the tuner. I'm not sure what I would say to do.
Yeah, this is a tough one. Like, this isn't the easiest of matchups when you lose your Tretch.
Yeah. So the cool looking Dark Magician comes out. Tretch is dead. Circle's going to activate. There goes the Sofifnir, of course. But the problem he has is both of these are special summon monsters. It's doing that sensitivity thing again, kwrowe. These two are special summon monsters. This Citri can very easily go into all kinds of things, including the same Sam Destroyer that he's going to go into anyway with the second Sofifnir from hand, summoned by the turtle. Might have been an early navigation there. Don't know. Can't care about it right now because that's Sam Destroyer. Sam Destroyer can easily get over all Dark Magicians, even as a back row, probably Impact, which is just going to end this duel. He needs Sealed Tombs with a Cyclone and a Curtain. He doesn't have any of those things, so he's going to go into a second circle, locking his board essentially, since Navi's the only way he gets out Dark Magician. He does have a second Dark Magician in hand, meaning Navi Dark Magician will be live, and he will get a banish off of the Sam Destroyer. There's nothing he can do here. He just gets to pass. And see, that's the problem with going skillless, essentially. I mean, what's Destiny Draw going to get him right now where he has a locked back row board? No monster would help.
He's already very slow.
Yeah.
He'll be very slow to react. So yeah, this is looking pretty tough.
Yikes. Not only does the Sofifnir get the ability to activate from the grave and come back out because of no sealed tombs, this Vern is sitting in his hand, meaning he's going to get an effect off of this Vern yet again. He can go into so many things, and since that Dark Magician on the field is special summoned, he will be turning after the Amatrix comes out here. Which will, let's see, 26, 25. He'll proc D-Draw, and there is a live Navi. He probably doesn't want to do that. And that back row is negatable with the navigation engrave.
Yeah.
Okay. This isn't the absolute worst position you could possibly be in. He brings out the level 3, but it's how's he get over Sam Destroyer? I mean, there's there's only a limited number of things that can get over Sam Destroyer. Now, he can banish it. Let's read Sam Destroyer real quick. If this card battles an opponent, that's nonsensical nothingness in this. If this face-up card in its owner's hand in its owner's control leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, and the only way he gets rid of it is circle, so that's how it would leave the field. You can target one machine monster in the grave and special summon it. The issue there is he's still got Sulf, man, in the grave. And he even has Citri in the grave. So if he banishes that Sam Destroyer, which he has to do, then he's going to offer up a Citri. I don't know. Rion's getting set up here as well.
Yeah, I think there's just
It's just game.
too much to deal with here.
Yep. Sam's going to go ahead and attack in. And then he's going to activate, well, he'll probably activate the navigation right now in the early battle phase. And he'll bring out Kaku, I think would be probably the right answer.
Oh.
So, and then he will banish the Sam Destroyer, but Safifnir is going to come out and pop itself. Can this man go into essentially Rion? Probably so. He'll have an easy Rion next turn. Oh, he didn't even bring the
no
Kaiju.
Kaiju.
Weird.
I wonder if that
Okay.
means it's in the deck or if it's in the hand.
Yeah. He has to get rid of the Sam D. He has no way over it. So, Sam D goes away. Sam D's effect activates. It's going to bring in the Safifnir would be the most likely card to bring in here, I think.
This is the problem with not running in the tie that binds, that Samdeep just becomes so problematic just by itself.
Yeah. Any
The tie that
25,
binds, you have
26.
easy out to it.
Yeah, exactly. So Safifnir is going to be going attack mode. Can't stop it into the rod. Not going to proc D-draw doing that. So the 225s, you have to attack in. You will get... oh, wait. He can only get outpowered in Zektron, right? As a level 6? Has to, yeah. Because he has 2 Citries and a Smiger in the grave. What's he got out here? Thisvern, little Tortle. Guess he can go Tortle into Amatrix. Okay, there it is. So
Yeah.
Tortle into Amatrix, gonna turn both of these Dark Magicians,
That's
and that will be pretty much game. The Tortle will be able to, the Amatrix will be able to get over either one. The Safifnir will not, but I have a feeling another tuner is coming on down to get either a level 7, I guess. Level 7, you have Black Rose. Black Rose can get over the 2 Dark Magicians. He's used 2
that goes fine
nabs.
here.
He's just going to go into the other way. So Rosenik's going to pop the Safifnir, and he's going to summon Citri or maybe another Rion. There's the Citri, and level 6 he can go into Brio. And so Brio is going to... Oh, no, he can't.
Really not playing Brio. So, yeah, he's just going to power.
He's just going to power it, yeah.
This
Done,
means
done.
that-
It's,
Yeah.
This duel's over. Even Tretch with... There's an impact on the grave, right? Oh, no. Well, Tretch would float the Amatrix.
There's a Tretch in the grave, so.
Oh, there's Magician Nav and Tretch in the grave. Nah, this game's over. All 3 Dark Magicians, I believe, are in the grave. Let's see, 1, 2, no, just 2. So he could have a third one in hand with a third Navi, which would be pretty huge. Because, and there's the I forgot the reason for no Kaiku was it's in the grave. Third Navi. He could then send the powered Inzektron away. He'd have negates for the 2 back rows. So if he's got a live third Navi, whoa. So Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, negate the effective dark monsters on the field or in the grave. Won't really matter. Dark Magician's not caring
It's an
about that.
interesting. Quite sure why he flipped that up.
Me neither. He allowed this to go through. He wants the Destiny draw. He's going to go into
Oh.
Demayas. Third Navi is live, so he's going to be able here to bring out his last Dark Magician from hand. And I don't know. Yeah, he's got to do... And then he'll probably pop the rod. Well, no, that's great, actually. Shadow Imprisoning Mirror causes the rod not to be able to be popped. Amatrix is going to go bye-bye because he's going to be banished. There you go. And there are 3 negates, so he can always negate that Shadow Imprisoning Mirror whenever he wants. If he has Timaeus off the Destiny draw, that's big. He didn't even use the Destiny draw.
Yeah, interesting.
Maybe he had Timaeus in hand if Timaeus comes out here. I don't know what else. Is a rod off the top. Expanded? Expanded works. If he has Expanded in hand, it's GG. Yeah, GG.
So weird
he
that
can negate this.
Wonder
Expanded
why
in
he
hand
didn't-
is GG. Expanded in hand is GG. Why didn't he summon with the Amatrix? Anyway, okay, choices were made there. Now he can't negate.
yeah, there's
What?
why no D draw there?
I don't. You didn't have lethal no matter what because you needed the negate.
That was an interesting and what kind of makes any sense out of that? There's no way that Dark Magician is coming back now.
So you could Curtain, I guess. Curtain would bring him down to 100, and yeah, he's just got Cyclone. I mean, that was weird.
The weird, yeah, it really was
he
a
locked
skillless.
his board with he's dead. Anyway, that was weird. That was weirdly played. I think he didn't have an out to a 2500 monster.
There's so many outs that the deck can play though, like
And it's
can
D
still-
draw. And he had D draw.
unless there was a deck, but you've got to question what's in the deck if he's.
I don't know. Did he balance at the beginning of that?
Let me look on the log and.
Look at the log for me. Did balance kick at the beginning? Because the Yami can run balance, and I might have missed it. But I don't. If he didn't run balance, he didn't
Yeah,
D-draw.
it's balance.
Oh.
that's all.
Oh.
This entire time, yeah, it was balance. Okay. Yeah, well, anyone supporting balance, there's an argument against it. That was essentially a skillless duel.
Yeah. It was balance, guys. Balance isn't gonna run Timaeus. So wait, then he had no outs to a 2500 monster? None? He had no outs.
The post Tretch is technically an out, but he'd used it very early.
The what? I guess, yeah, valid point. And if he's running 1 Tretch and it's balance, he's running 2 Tretch. So maybe that card in hand was dead Tretch. That could be.
Yeah.
That could be. It's a 2500 monster. You gotta have an out. Sam Destroyer is so easy for Crystron to go turn 1 with. That's a 2600 monster. Essentially, when Sam Destroyer comes out, you just lose the duel.
Just feel like maybe that balance deck is just built to go first and open the combo and do it consistently.
Did he play
Could.
Illusion Magician? Yeah, he did. He played an Illusion Magician. So he's running single Tretch. Balance single Tretch means what are the other back row?
I don't know, because they're gonna mostly, unless they're chains is possible. Anything else is gonna disrupt.
This man had 2 circles on the board already. He's gonna put chain too. That'll really not clog a field.
Any other trap is gonna ruin your Tretch. I suppose you just hope you draw your Tretch early and that issue solved. But
let's see what the
did
chat's
draw
saying.
early and it still wasn't enough.
Yeah, no, I'm seeing what the chat's saying here. Oh, that just confused me. We've been bamboozled, Sarah X Chan. That's pretty good. We've been bamboozled. 2500 OP. Not many people can handle that kind of out. Nice job, GRG Rip. That was a good one. Reiki says He can't have second stretch. Yeah. I reviewed that. I forgot he had the illusion. Kaiku was in the grave the whole time because he opened it. If he played expanded, he would have won. If he played expanded and druid, he would have won. But then he had the rod to be able to draw the expanded. So Bauer is right. If he had expanded in that deck as another out, he would have won. That's an absolute truth.
Expanded was in that deck. He could have rocked the engraved card to negate Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, then summon it, and then search the.
That's correct. That is absolutely correct. So if he had expanded, he absolutely would have won. I don't know, man. It's like if you're running expanded, you got to run 3 circles. It's balance. I guess you run 6 spells. If one of them is expanded, what are you doing? Like 1 or 2 cyclones, I guess, because we saw I don't know. Balance, bro.
What do you send in? Do you send into Crystron then? This is tough now. There are lots of different options, and I feel like all of them don't feel ideal. I feel like Crystron is the hard deck to.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree. It's going to be 2-0 with Jules going down. Sorry, Jules. And then the one who came in was Don Viper. Don Viper. That is an awesome name. Just Don is an awesome name. For the Unforgiven elite with his let's see, what just happened? Sorry. Okay. We have a cycloned chain. So this is E-Sabers.
Cyclone.
Yeah, so a cyclone on the chain and then a cyclone on the chain, or on the floodgate and then on the chain. So yeah. Nice work.
E-Sabers getting blown out early.
Yeah, that's you're down to 2 cards and one of them you weren't able to summon, so it's either a junkie like the water or the earth elemental saber, maybe even Lapula, and or it's another back row, and you'll have triple back row next turn again against Cristrons without the ability most likely to target them. I think, and you gotta be able to get an impact out here. Huh? Smiger's right there.
Yeah, this is already looking tough. I don't know about elemental sabers to counter Crystron.
I think it's game. So Chambot in the chat, one of the best streamers we got here at Team Wars. How you doing, Chambot? Thisburn and Rion are on the field. Smiger went ahead and added that impact, which he's just going to set right there. Nope. Because he's going to use it with the Sol 50 or next turn. But I think this is done.
Still target rule, but obviously beyond being able to synchro summon makes this very tough.
I mean, not just even very tough. Look at this field. Wait, what's he going to do? Okay, does he have a level 3? Can he go into, like, Quar? Yeah, no, he needs a level 3 tuner to do that. Well, he can do it next turn, for sure. There's a Malehu out from top the hand. Maybe that E-Saber that was a dead E-Saber in his hand at the beginning of the duel is meaningful now.
Did that Malehu earlier. He did it turn 1.
Say again?
He did that Malehu turn 1.
Oh, that was his turn 1 card?
So he needed to draw it turn 1.
Yeah, I agree. He needed to draw it turn 1 so that he could start using effects. But even if he drew it turn 1, he didn't have anything to use its effect with from hand. You see a delay
that's another
here.
elemental saber hand, which is what I would assume.
Yeah. He's going to go into Amatrix. Amatrix is not going to be able to stop the Malehu from popping the Thisburn. So Thisburn is going to die here. We know this is impact. We know this is some activatable back row. We know it's not floodgate, I guess.
We have a feeling that that's another elemental saber in hand.
Yeah, probably the what's the irrelevant one? Water he wouldn't have summoned, and Lapula he wouldn't have summoned. So water or Lapula's in hand. This Vern is going to use its effect to get out. Wait, is he running 2 turtles? No, that's the same turtle. He just keeps drawing it every turn. So Fifnir is going to toss in the turtle. One of these 2 cards is Impact, which will probably be set now that he has a whole bunch of stuff in the grave. So Fifnir's effect will activate and grab, I don't know, Rosenix? Maybe? Maybe. Citry, probably. But Malayu, I have an effect, but I mean, what's that matter? You can't get over no 2500 unless he uses the effect on that. He's gonna die here otherwise, so he can't use his effect on the tuner. Rion's gonna come out. That gives him the Powered Inzectron play, or another Amatrix play, I guess. Let's see, did he have a level 2? No, he just has level 3s. No, he has the 2 as well. He has everything. Alright, so Impact is going to get set. He's going to need to use Malayu effect here. Alright, oh, that's game.
Maybe he does not have it then.
He doesn't have Chain. He doesn't have Malayu effect, so he doesn't have an E-Saver in hand. AI Chambot, what am I supposed to do with all these points? I don't know the answer to that question. I don't know.
Oh, they've gone on a switcheroo on us, which is the streamer's worst nightmare. We might have to swap some names over in a bit.
Oh. Wait.
Lee is now at the bottom. Viper is at the top.
Oh man. Why are they doing
See,
that to me?
Come on. Can't be doing that, TheEgg.
Well, this is why I bring in kwrowe. Alright, so there I switched the names. Y'all gotta stop switching names. Powered Inzectron comes out. Also the Chained Impact Smiger. Smiger's gonna pop himself here. Oh. Okay.
Oh, that's GG.
Yeah.
I think now. So 2 cards.
Wow. This Cosmic Cyclone's gonna come out. He only has 1,000 life points because of the 3 Cosmic Cyclones. But that's another chain. Cyclone, 2 chains, and Floodgate. Holy moly.
Here's a thing now. There are cards that go in cycles of how good they are based on how expected. There are obviously 2 of them. There's Drowning Mirror Force and there's Ball of D. No, where they are picking up some traction just so unexpected right now. Imagine if that was the Drowning face down. The game would flip back over again straight away. Obviously, some with Cyclones, there's a good chance that they'll be hit beforehand. But I really think we're at a point where not many people are playing around them, so you could get some huge value out of those cards right now. That's my top tip of the day, guys. Consider putting them back in for a moment.
You heard it here first. If you run into kwrowe on ladder, he will have Drowning in every deck. You heard it here first.
Drowning, free Wall of D. I'm just going to be sitting there waiting for you to play into it.
Alright, it's dang, Elite's 3-0, man. I'm just gonna spectate this while I fix up the scores. Bruh. Elite is playing Elite. That looks like a repeat. Let me check the Discord to make sure. Repeat. Yeah.
That's
okay. So they have now Armades' army has used their first repeat.
really tough spot if you're repeating this.
goodness. Okay. We have Cocytus with everything going right. Everything turning out without the field spell. Do you know how low the percentage is of water Cocytus without the field spell? It is
Something like
actually quite low.
14%, or
Yeah.
but it's even lower when you're playing 24.
It's lower
25
at 24, yeah. Like it's 14% at 22. Like it's an insanely low thing, and it happens. I saw it happen twice yesterday. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't get that.
Obviously, Shons do have the out Cocytus with their Titus. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Anyway, they do have the out with their trap with impact. So
yeah, he'll have to get an impact into the grave for sure. I guess he could just set it.
Yeah.
Mermail Abystus comes out and searches Mermail Abyspike. So this is the Mermail version of Trishon's. This Vern's
with
gonna
heavy
go
starter.
ahead. Yeah, heavy starter. This Vern's going to go ahead and get the Sulf. The Sulf is going to toss out the Smiger. Smiger's going to get that impact, which is the out to Cocytus. And we will simply wait for Cocytus to die at that point, because he'll be at 0 defense in about 2 turns. Also, you know, Quarion can just get over Cocytus and force out the whatchamacallit, the Alistair from hand, and you only lose in that case to... I don't even know.
You say Elemental Sabers here have probably now got 1 turn to really turn the tide.
Yeah. That's big, though. That floodgate on the tuner is going to be big, because these Mermails, they really ain't got to do much. I mean, they're more engine than they are active, you know?
Yeah.
And so if he can get into a fire monster, which he has the Alistair in hand and he has the water monster removed, and one of these 2 is impact. But if he can get into a fire monster, he literally has game through 3,000, since this tuner is little itty bitty. So if he YOLOs, I don't know what that second thing is.
All down to that second set now, isn't it?
Well, because he didn't have the invocation in hand, he now is risking a lance. A lance on his Alistair would be bad news. Yeah,
I think that's a risk in this situation you've just got to take.
I agree. I mean, he literally wins over the tuner. It's over.
And is it there?
I think it's Cyclone. I think this man's running 3 Cyclones, and he has Cyclone and Impact Sat, and I think it's game. If it was Cyclone and he used it on the invocation, he would have lost anyway, so no one can cry about that. But I think it's Cyclone Impact, and he doesn't have space for the Impact to do a Amatrix. So he's just going to lose right here with the attack into the Rion. No, man boosted anyway, but nonetheless, none of this matters. He's just going to attack into the Rion in its game. Needle sealing! Oh. What the? The Rion is alive! It's alive! Abystus is going to die. Purg is going to die.
This completely changes everything.
What in the... Now, this is a floodgated monster, just FYI. So, you know, wouldn't it have been smarter to use your Palace effect to get a Malehu? Right? Because if you had the Malehu, you still had game, because you could have attacked into the Rion, and then 3,000 from the Cocytus, right?
You'd have lost the Malehu as well.
He'd have lost the Malehu, and the impact would have stopped it. No, never mind. That's a 0 defense position Cocytus. This changed, Needle Sealing changed this entire duel. This duel was otherwise over. Holy cow. Where's that Needle Sealing? I'm going to put it up here. Whoa! That is dangerous looking art. Look, he has his little knife to protect him from all those abyss spikes. Alright.
Needle Sealing is a card that, you know, it's been out for a very long time now, and it certainly pops back in and out.
Yeah, for sure.
Actually there.
Sarah Chan, we've all been bamboozled again.
Oh.
Yeah, we keep getting bamboozled, Sarah. So many bamboozlings. Does someone have a bamboozle emote? Bamboozled!
Yeah. Be a new one.
Alright.
Do emote makers out. Puss out.
What's he gonna do here, though? He's, you know, if he goes into Fire Monster, he gets Amatrixed and run over. If he goes into...
In trouble here.
He's just in trouble. I mean, he gotta go Malayu. Then he won't have a battle phase next turn, but he has to go Malayu because he has to knock down the tuner. And I mean, this dude's gonna have like a level 6 or a level, all kinds of levels. He'll have levels all over the place. But he has to go Malayu. It's not even an option.
You've skipped your battle phase and stuff like that. Crystron are always going to have a hold of the game.
Yeah.
There's no... Not going Malayu, he's...
That's I don't think he can do this. He can go into the Earth Monster, which has really high defense, and then he'll get impacted. But nonetheless, he can go into Earth Monster with really high defense. This man is going flat out. He just said, "I'm going Invocation." What is in hand? Oh, he's going Purg again? Bruh, he's got Smiger. Purg's just going to be turned into defense position off of the Citri with the Amatrix, and you're going to die. Okay.
He's going to protect... He'll protect it with
the Alistair one time, but then he's not going to have an Alistair follow-up play.
I suppose he's just hoping that he top decks it.
I guess.
No, this is a pretty tough situation, I suppose. Malayu play doesn't really win you the game. I don't see how you're winning the game from that spot. I suppose here at least you have an out. You've got your topping Alistair as an out.
Yeah. You have an out. That needle sealing, bro. Bamboozled. Sarah Chan, you need to make a bamboozled emote. And submit it to Team Wars. Bamboozled. Amatrix comes out, turns him. 2200 is going to be 3200, but he's going to lose that Alistair. Hey, he might have 2 Alistair in hand. That could be the case. Maybe he does. And if he does, then he'll be in great shape. Tortle's going to go to the grave, so Fifnir's going to pop. Does he pop himself or someone else? He always pops himself, right? Yeah. He pops himself. He can get out a level... He can get out so many things. A level 2 goes into Briannock, flips up the Purg in his game. I think that's game. 1, 2, 3, +1. Oh. If he went to Sand Destroyer...
Suppose...
Whatever.
Destroyer doesn't solve everything.
It doesn't solve everything, but if he goes into Sam Destroyer, he has a spot open and he can still go into the level 6 as well with the Citri from his hand. Here, he's forced to do another Amatrix play on another Purg. And he's going to have to do the exact same thing, which means he's in the exact same situation, right?
With no palette.
Yeah, and so I don't know. He need to go for lethal. Does he not run Brio? Because Brio would have been game. I guess he doesn't run Brio.
Yeah, I'm not thinking. I'm thinking Brio's not in.
Yeah, we haven't seen it, so and he's played a whole lot of duels, but Brio would have given him game there. All right, so Citri's gonna go into Amatrix yet again. Amatrix should go down to 1, but Citri will go into Amatrix yet again. Wait, Powered Zectron. Okay, so Powered Zectron's gonna come out. If he continues this attack, he loses his Purg. Yeah, not happening. And that is the 3rd Purg? Is that right? 1, 2, 3. So 3 Purgs and a Cocky. Only thing left is Kaliga for him. Kaliga and I don't know, maybe the what's the thing called? Magelinica?
Yeah, Angelica. Angelica, I don't know.
Now I don't know what's happening. Now he just loses with the Powered Zectron unless that is an impact. But if it is an impact on attack, he can go into Amatrix and he'll have like a little booty, I think. No, right to battles, the damage step. Concentrating Current is going to take care of this game after the Alistair play. This is over. Double Alistair. He said, you know what? You know what? I like you so much. I'll give you 2.
Called earlier with the double Alistair in hand. That was correct.
Don Viper with the win. Don Viper with the win for the Armades army. Nice use of repeat.
Yep. Elite taken 3 lives and a repeat. Still got his second deck though, so you know, job well done for him already. But let's see if he can take another.
Oh yeah, Elite has the second deck. This might not be over.
Are you pairing Crystons with them?
I think Crystons. Oh gosh, come on, Egg. I think Crystons have probably the most flexible pairing because you don't know really what you're sending it into, and it depends on how it's built for how the matchups are anyway. So I think this could be legitimately anything. The only thing I don't think this could be is Crystons, because it's not Wayne. Wayne is the only one crazy enough to go double Crystron.
Oh, we're just up to 100 people. Hi guys, how is everyone doing on this?
Oh, great.
This US morning, but obviously over here in Europe it's 3 o'clock now, or 4 o'clock if you're in Central Europe. So.
Hazy said he is very interested in joining a team. Congratulations, Hazy. Destiny Hazy win. Dude, Destiny was like a team of Destiny yesterday, kwrowe. Like, I've never seen an E-Saber deck do what that E-Saber deck did.
Are you talking about Divine?
Or not Divine, not Destiny. Destiny's the owner of Divine. Yeah, so Divine, yeah, Divine. I've never seen it. I've never seen something like that. I need
What happens when you've got Max K the God on your team?
That's right. I apologize. I had forgotten about Max K being on that team. I should have presumed. See, DM is fine, I guess. I should have presumed that when Max K was added to Divine, that Divine would have his divine energy. Pulling from Dragon Ball Z right now. His divine energy would then be conveyed upon them, and in the duels they would then, of course, win.
What I'm saying is, no, he had a tough season last season, fine, but they brought in Max K and Victor Lee this time, and just look what's happened. They're 3-0. They're one of the best teams, 100% record.
I gotta admit, Victor's a pretty good duelist.
It pays to have some anime villains in your team.
Very true, very true. So we have absolutely lost 16 people. I don't know when that happened. Sorry about that, everybody. I blame kwrowe.
No one wanted to hear about anime villains. I'm sorry.
No, it's probably just Twitch bots. 16 Twitch bots. Alright, So Malehu is out, and Circle, and this man is going really slow, and he had to get a illusion magic and set 1. Rip. This is called DM Rip. Was this balance again, or is it Seal Tombs? Gotta be Seal Tombs. Alright, Seal
Tombs.
That's a choice, Malehu. He's
match.
going for the Alistair.
Yep.
He doesn't believe this is navigation, so he's gonna switch this to fire, and it's gonna be lethal.
That means he's felt no delays so far.
Yeah, if there was no delay here, see, I would have at least set the. If there's no delay, I'd have at least set the illusion magic, right? Anyway, Alistair's gonna search invocation, switch this to fire, draw out the Pergonio, and pop over the 100 defense position rod. And
It's like that, we've got a game on our hands again, you know?
yeah, we've got a game. He's got lethal in so
real
many
back.
ways. There's so much lethal here.
Oh, what if you turn your toggle off and that was a Navi?
That's not Navi. Well, it could be Navi, but he doesn't have Dark Magician in hand. No, if that's true, he would have used Illusion Magic and he misplaced. So it's not Navi, no. That's not Navi.
That is free too. Sensitivity issue.
Let's see, if it's Navi though. I mean, the E-Hero played right into him. If it's Navi, it's... He would lose this. He'd have negate.
Yeah, the game's done.
Yeah, because he'd lose this too, even with an effect from hand. And now the game would be done. If it's Navi, it's over.
The game is it's a replay bug. I watched it finish.
Oh, the game is over. Oh,
it was not Navi.
it was.
I would just come out of that game.
Yeah, no, we're just gonna be done. So it wasn't Navi. It was just lethal over the. I assume lethal over the rod, Malehu, nothing activatable.
Yep.
Yep. All right. Okay, so Elite is going to go with an Elite 3-2 to open. Nothing wrong with 3-2 Elite. Good job. He's going to come off the table, and Unforgiven will send their next player. And that was
Hero
a nice job. Yeah, for sure. You got to, right? I haven't seen heroes yet. You got to send a hero.
You see, the problem with heroes is that they are not a cheap deck. So you need a whale competent enough to play them. So if anyone comes in with a hero, then they've got the wallet here.
Yeah.
The most powerful weapon in Duel Links.
The wallet. See, but that's the weird thing with heroes. The wallet had to be walleted at the right time. Otherwise, you can't get that selection box anymore. Even the whales, if the whales didn't whale or weren't playing the game momentarily, they missed out.
Yeah.
So here we sit.
I'd have to assume the longer it takes them to send someone in, the more likely that it is that they don't have a hero player, because I think that is the obvious send in here. I think we lost some people because it looks like there are some other games going on now in free booth 3. So
Gotcha. Well, we're waiting for. Here you go. We're preparing the match. Look how cool that looks. We're preparing the match. You're watching. What's this? You're watching the Unforgiven versus Armades army. Special thanks to the ref, streamers, commentators, administrators, and the players themselves. And here we are. Here we are.
Graphic. Liking that.
That should bring in all the viewers right there. Bring them in. Bring them in.
Yeah.
Alright, Don Viper's on the table with his elemental sabers.
She repeated, so yeah, he had a second deck there that we're not even seeing. But it proved to be a good repeat, stealing 2 games.
Yeah, sure did.
You've got a feel for Elite in a way though, because you must feel pretty confident knowing your Dark Magician is your second deck against Elemental Sabers, because you're that game quite a lot. It's not a bad matchup for Dark Magician at all, but Dark Magician just has this thing where it bricks just so often. It's a very hit and deck. I can't think of any deck that just looks at its hand and goes, "Oh, well, I lose then," as often as Dark Magician does. But it also just has some hands where it looks.
Looks like Marucom X is going to be on the table. Marucom.
Nice name.
And as soon as they press go, we will speculate. Marucom X. Marucom.
Bro.
Okay.
Oh.
Let's go.
Is this gonna be C stealth attack?
What? No. What?
Yeah, this is C stealth attack Cristrons.
What?
How interesting is that the Elemental Sabers was sent in as a Crystron counter, and then the Unforgiven had a choice to send in anything from their roster, and they sent back Cristrons.
You don't know. This could be flying fish.
Yeah. I'll never doubt you again if this is flying fish. I'll listen to your every word. Has the cause.
Dude, I'm totally expecting that the light flying. He was a light monster. The light fish is coming right now. He's coming right now. Come on. Marucom X would be a god if he just summoned the light fish right here. It still could be flying fish. It still could be flying fish. Damn. All right. Well.
It's not flying fish. Oh. That's a big shock there, guys.
Unending Nightmare is a little shocking. All right, so that's gonna take out the Ume.
Oh.
Baba Uma. Swag's right. Fist is a engine card to go into the flying fish. He's right. Hammer Shark coming. Hammer Shark's coming. Come on. Where's the Hammer Shark? Hammer Shark. Hammer Shark. Hammer Shark.
Yeah. Oh, flying fish is going to struggle against his Unending Nightmare though, because they main, if I remember, Powerful Rebirth.
Right. Powerful Rebirth.
Wow. Flying fish countered. You've seen it here.
Fiendish Chain is going to cause Thisvern to not activate its effect. Alright, and that's bad. Like, this is bad. I'm assuming this is an impact that he had already, and then the Thisvern will be, like, summonable. Oh my goodness, he has 3 back row.
Right. What we've seen already, we can assume one of those is a needle ceiling.
You know what's weird though? Like, so he goes unending, right? That Umi is still alive with SSA.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking that. It's probably just to pay life points to get down and closer to Destiny Draw. I was going to say that, we definitely know for sure that Cristrons don't have a Cyclone, but was there even a need to Cyclone that unending?
He can unending himself, right? Can he pop his own unending and get D-drop?
Yeah, okay. Well, that's why he's doing it then.
Wait.
In that case, yeah.
He's popping the chain. Alright. He really wants to keep the unending. Alright, so he's going to get Destiny to draw Alistair. I don't know what these 3 cards are, but one is Cyclone and one is probably Impact.
We don't, like I said, if it was Cyclone, there's a good chance it would have already come down, so I'm not convinced there is a Cyclone.
You may
thinking
be
the
correct.
probably a chain.
So Water Monster was... That's... Okay. So there's the fodder for the Alistair.
Yeah.
Okay, that's down. So SSA is one of these cards then. That was a weird delay. Lancia. SSA is one of the cards down.
Yeah. Which, as you said, is still live, but then there's an unending there still to clear that up.
You still have the unending, which means the water monster keeps having to be removed. Nalu is gonna go into. Oh, he's going fire. He's going fire. He wants to burn this house down. He said, "You got water, I got fire." Lance would be really bad for him on the Alistair right here. Like super.
Back row is risky. Okay, not. He's off. All's deep play might have paid off. We still don't know what the back row is yet.
What if it is Cosmic Cyclone?
I mean, it's possible.
To chain, I guess.
If he had a Cosmic Cyclone, he should have hit that on an ending to.
One of them is SSA.
And
one of them is Impact. The Impact's going to be played here.
no.
What?
There's back row.
What?
This was similar to I don't know if anyone caught the game yesterday between BZ and Switcheroo and Shiranui. There was a Shiranui mirror for one of the deciding games, and there were 3 back rows for the Shiranui player, but none of them were activatable, and he lost the game. Meaning that BZ lost the war. So similar boat there. 3 back rows, none activatable. You've got to
Unending Nightmare won him the duel.
No.
Yeah, he de-drawed into the Alistair.
Drowning Mirror Force, Wall of D.
That's Drowning Mirror Force.
I'm just saying,
favorite
guys.
ladder card. I don't know, Sham. What do you want me to say? He had 3 back row. He had to have something. 2 SSA, I guess. One of them I said was Impact. I'm probably right.
But he had nothing in the Spanish power.
No, I get you. I'm not, but I'm saying one of them's Impact. You're right, I guess. Man, why not? I guess we don't know that wasn't Flying Fish. Let me give you my rationale. So the Thisvern could have gone into the fish. It could have gone into the fish, Hammer Shark, anything, and it could just have been triple back row, But he was scared of Magical Navigation Negate or something, which wasn't in that duel. So you can never know if that was Flying Fish. There is no way to tell.
When we see the match report, are you petitioning for Flying Fish and in brackets a question mark?
If Hazy puts Flying Fish in the match report, he's a god. He is a god if he puts Flying Fish in that match report. Oh no, they repeated, didn't they?
So we got another chance to find out.
They repeated. They repeated it. Still could be Flying Fish. I'm not giving up hope with the Undyne. Whale was played with Flying Fish late in the Abyss Encounters time period. Alright, I give up.
Egg has finally admitted defeat. This is not Flying Fish. This is, in fact, just Crystron, arguably the most popular deck in the meta.
This is bad.
Yeah.
This is so bad. What's he gonna do? He can't target. He's gonna get turned. He's got this. Alright, so and he can't do anything. This is game. This is game. He can go Cocytus. That's it. Like he can go Cocytus and he can get over the whale. Never. And he just waits for Impact to die. This is game. Have a good game. This is game. Dude, watch he open water without the field spell again. Watch. 2 times in this war. It's literally the only card you could have.
Using
Oh yeah. Solve, yeah. Good call. This is game. I mean, man's going for it. You gotta admit, he's just gonna remove the whale, of course.
Yep.
What? Is this damage step? Bro, you needed to remove the whale! What just happened? You had to remove the whale! He always had you over... There were no loss conditions in that duel.
Other than that one. Have it flying fish taken out.
Taking out the repeat. I mean, that was a repeat too. Like,
with decks were repeated decks there. This is still on a repeat for Armades' army.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. There was only one loss condition. And it was exactly what just happened, getting to the damage step without SSAing off your whale. Literal only loss condition. Armades' army is up 4-3.
Okay. The way he was playing and the way he went in, you have to assume he had it. Like,
of course he had.
You don't.
There's only one condition by which he loses, and that was it.
You don't even lose anything by banishing your whale.
You lose nothing. You lose nothing. And then he has his current in hand, and you just run over the thing. All right.
Wow, there's a valuable Crystron deck and a repeat gone in a very short time, and it shows how quickly these wars flip on their head.
Yeah, what is this? This is Armades' army's up because of Viper. I mean, that's just what it is. Viper is in the clap zone right now. With, again, elemental sabers. It keeps being elemental sabers. Keep coming up aces every single time.
Yeah, it's... You could argue that there's been a bit of luck with it, but, this game is lots luck. You've just got to ride your luck, and he has done that very well. He's played to outs every time, and...
That was game, though. Like, that was
not,
a game. That was game.
Let's not forget, we thought this was over when
It what?
Healing. Oh no, the very first this second Pete on the E-Sabers was over when there was a needle ceiling chucked in by Elite Crystron's very early on. To play through that, we've won 4 games after. Pretty impressive.
You know what, Don Viper? Let me tell you something. I have underappreciated your ability to not die. Okay? And I have to apologize for that. Your ability to not die is one of the greatest I've seen in Team Wars for Season 7. I don't know what you have, but if you go 10-1 to close out this war, and you pull 2 more I think you're dead but you're not dead, I will send you money in some way, shape, or form. I have to. I have to pay you at that point.
You have it. That is your incentive.
Your incentive is if you go 10-1 and I think you're dead and I say you're dead, then I'll have to figure out a way to pay you. Sham, I don't know. I have no idea how I'm gonna pay him. Soratun is on the deck.
Oh. Ritual Beast. Very interesting. Okay, Ritual Beasts that have opened well.
Wait, what? What is Repeg? Dude, I don't understand any of these cards.
With the Penguin, you can banish a and send to the graveyard a Ritual Beast monster. It fuels your Canahawk. Pengu is a 2-card OTK when you go second. Obviously, board dependent, but yeah. Now, what he might be doing this turn is thinning his deck as much as possible and searching for that Herald of the Abyss, so he has an answer to the one issue.
The Caucasus?
Yep.
The card he can't get over and will just back out to?
It's the card he loses to, so he's just got to thin through this deck as much as possible, get all the helpful cards.
Well, they brought him in to face this matchup, and this guy's gone Caucasus like 7 times, so...
Very interesting. Maybe they're just hoping it doesn't happen again, but they also got to be careful here. This is not a good matchup for Ritual Beast, because there's also the issue of...
This dude is so fast with his Ritual Beast, I don't even know what's happening.
He's just thinning through his deck with the ulti Canahawk. Yeah, banishing correctly. Now, the issue with this is either there is a Spear Karibo in hand, which is very possible, or he loses to a Purg. Those are the 2 options right now.
He's got the Caucasus.
Is he even gonna? This is a tough one because he has the choice here to go into the Purg or the
Malayu. He's probably got Invoke and Alistair in hand, and the Malayu's just going to use his effect and toss in anything.
Oh, there's no Alistair. Okay, and all of a sudden, Ritual Beasts are in a pretty
Yep, he can Purg now.
Pretty
if
good
he has
situation.
Alistair and Invocation is in hand, he can Purg or Cocky right now. Dude, I thought that was it.
All of a sudden, Ritual Beasts are on top because back row is not something that really scares them. Lots of ways to play through that.
He didn't have it.
Is in the not the Penguin, the Dolphin is in the graveyard. Petalfin. Oh, yeah. So that's going to come out, and Malayu's it's going to have been.
That is a really big Canahawk.
Yep. It was flip face down. It allowed him to use a second Apelio effect, so he's refueling his banish pile here. A lot of Ritual Beast cards in hand because he searched half his deck last turn.
Yeah.
And as Egg pointed out, he did it very quickly, so you have to say that time is probably not an issue either.
Dolphin's gonna send up the Malayu.
They're gonna be a chain though.
He's rando doing a back row.
The Malay who is going to be able to flip down the dolphin when it comes back a second time.
Yeah, shouldn't you have sent the Malayu here?
Oh, it depends. If he's got game through Malayu in attack position, then there's no need.
But how does he have game through Malayu in attack position on 4,000 life points? How is that even possible?
It's very possible.
Oh my gosh, I hate this deck. I don't know what this card is. I have no idea what this card is.
Doesn't always see play. Okay, yeah, as expected, the Fiendish Chain really does dampen.
But can't he just summon it all?
You could argue gonna flip back. So yeah, he's gonna. I'm gonna go into an Alter Canna Hawk. Oh, he's got a Herald. That's why.
Bruh. So he just baited out a chain, destroyed the Malayu.
And now he's gonna go back into
another dolphin.
Hawk. And then he can target 2, summon 2. As long as one goes to the banished pile, he'll get another search. He'll have that dolphin to bounce another card, and then he'll be able to do even more plays.
Fair deck.
I mean, the limitation with Ritual Beasts right now is that they have an ability to brick an unbelievable amount right now.
Yeah.
And their brick hands are
nice play around. Nice play around.
Yep. And still OTK through that, but
how? How are you OTKing through that? He has one card on the field and 2 cards in his hand, and one of them is that spell. I guess the spell gives him an extra 2,600.
There are 2 spells. One is gonna special summon a Ritual Beast from a evil banished pile, and the other is going to. Oh, interesting.
Unending Nightmare comes out and activates its effect to pop the chain, because there's nothing else it can pop.
Why did he do that?
He wants to die quicker. Duh.
So.
Yeah, he locked his board. He needs a.
But that's a play that you should
invoke next turn.
That's a play you should be doing in the end phase of your turn, surely.
Of course it is.
Yeah, see, this is a very likely game now.
How?
You can go into Cannon Hawk again, search a card, and then you can get the return card, which is a quick play spell card, which you discard a card. Okay, he hasn't even summoned yet, so that. Yeah. That's game straight away. He's going to be able to go into Ultia Pelio or a Canna Hawk. He can attack over that, hit with the Ultia Pelio, and then in his hand he's got a card that's going to banish 2 Ritual Beasts field.
What the heck is happening right now?
Or he just has game on board.
Is he checking for an Ebola?
He's got game for an Ebola here. Takes something a bit more
I don't understand that.
It's a bit more sinister when we're in a global pandemic right now, aren't we?
Alright. Sworton made a lot of plays and then won. So Don Viper, sorry, there's no money. And Soroton will bring his team to 4 points. So it is a 4-4 tie. Don Viper will come off the table. And yeah. Honestly, that was a really good job by Don Viper, though. On a repeat deck, I think.
A repeat deck, he got 4 wins, you know.
It's really good.
Yeah, a great rule change in Team Wars to repeat.
Yeah.
Because before that was the second deck, but yeah, it really adds some balance to getting unluckily sacked the on occasional time. Right. Now,
What you got?
options for Ritual Beast. I'm interested to see which one they go for, and then we'll discuss from there. The thing with Ritual Beast is it has this ability to sack its unfavorable matchups. One of them being E-Savers. We just saw how that happened right there. And beat anything that's put in front of it. But there are some ways to curb it, and also I do think that eventually the deck will just lose to itself. It will just draw a hand that it really can't play through. And if you're Armades' army now, you're hoping that that happens sooner rather than later. Because else you have to sit through another 100 infuriating seconds where a Ritual Beast player draws his entire deck and then attacks you for game. Someone that plays Ritual Beast, I find that quite fun. But I wouldn't.
Our number of viewers is going to go down to 49 if a Ritual Beast runs this war.
It is really Game of Solitaire. You're not looking at what your opponent's doing. You're just focusing on your plays.
Yeah, it's very interactive in that way. Very interactive, fair deck. Alright, Black Wings. Wait, what?
I can see why you'd send Black Wings in.
Set Winda pass. Set Winda pass.
You've got a question, is it a real Wind or is it a bluffed one?
That's true.
That Wind pass actually isn't necessarily the worst play against Black Wings. It's a very sticky, floaty card, so
Alright, Blackwind Whirlwind. Zephyros comes down from hand. He's going to search a Gale or another piece. Okay, Gale is what it is. 3 cards in hand otherwise from his original draw. Gale's going to come down here. Does nothing in terms of effect. He's got to summon another Blackwing monster just in case he gets floodgated. Nope. He said no. Alright, Rakiri's going to come down. Floodgate ends the duel. No? No Floodgate? Floodgate ends the duel. Okay. Zephyros is going to kick up Mountain, come back from out of grave. Is Mountain coming back down? Maybe. Maybe? Maybe? Or is it Necro Valley? Necro Valley does nothing against Ritual Beast, so Mountain should come back down. Rakiri gets a singular pop at this point.
Mountain also buffs all of Ritual Beast cards as well, though, it must be remembered.
Yeah.
Oh, but a fair amount.
There should be a, there needs to be another Blackwing in hand. And I don't know why he wouldn't have just gotten it out earlier, but Herald of the Abyss gets popped. That means that that's not a window. He was just trying to scare people. There's the other Gale. Okay. I think I would have done it in a different order, but that's okay. Other Gale comes out. Now he goes into Chidori.
Does he just put the mountain down and go for OTK?
I don't think he can OTK. That ain't Winda.
Puts a mountain down, he can OTK. That's not Winda.
No. What is this? Drowning? What does Ritual Beast play? Nothing. Okay. I'd have done stuff in a different order. I'd have gotten 2 pops. Winda set. He's gonna summon 1 more monster and double pop. He probably normal summoned it. Get yourself your Gale. Okay, double pop time. Needle sealing is a possibility here.
Huh?
It was a second Herald of the Abyss along with the non-Winda, so this is just game. That's Karibo. Alright, cool. He could have played that a little differently by special summoning the board depending on what was in his hand just to play around needle sealing to where he still had his normal summon. So he could get into Joe. because he still had the Gale. So if as long as he had another level 4 in his hand, I would have done that differently. Also, the fact that he had 2 cards in his hand from the beginning meant he had close, so Window was dead anyway. But 2 Herald set, there's nothing that Ritual Beast player could have done.
Yeah,
Brick
and that is
City.
what we were talking about. It just Ritual Beast does just die to itself sometimes. You know, it came in and did its job. It beat a deck that had just went on a 4-win streak.
Yep.
Next game, it went from looking like the best deck in the world to the worst deck in the world. At that.
And that's just what it does, right? That's just what it does. Yeah, you're
It's
right.
very all or nothing. Its approach.
It's pretty much a 1-1, kind of like max situation, I think.
It's one of those. It's one of those decks that like it really could just win 5 games if you get lucky 5 times in a row. When Ritual Beast very first came out and there was a Winter League going on, I'm pretty sure Ritual Beast won 4 or 5 games out of 6 a couple of times just because.
Oh wow.
That's when they had God, what's the guy called? 200 attack Elder. That's when it had 3 Elder. It's lost a lot of consistency when it's been dropped to 2. Back in with what you assume is the tie that binds?
No, level log, right? It's gotta be Shira. Oh, that's a brick. Double back row means close. Actually, it might not be a brick at all if it's Shira, because if it's close and he comes down with Squire, you just send that Zephyrus and he'll have it next turn. It's gotta be Shira level log, right? Yeah. That's a set level 2 tuner. One of these is Fiendish Chain. One of these is Ballista. Okay, let's see what happens. Necro Valley will absolutely destroy all of Shira's plays. He'll have to use the Ballista. I bet this one's the Ballista. Onto the Necro Valley right here. But doing so, he'll then have to use the chain on the Bora. This is going to be piercing if he doesn't stop it. He has to use the Ballista on the Necro Valley. He doesn't really have choices. Then what that means is when he uses the close on the Squire, which is one of these 2 cards in hand, the Squire will... Oh, that's not good at all. That's not chain. Yikesy, tikesy. Alright, that's a second Ballista. He has the level 2 in hand, most likely, right? Right? No, he doesn't. He would have played it. He would have had to draw into the level 2 in hand. He's got to go Squire. Squire won't do anything. Close is just going to kill it. This is second Ballista, so if he goes Squire, close can't be... You can't do anything too close. His 1500 monsters don't get over anything. He's going to have to set a monster here. Oh, did I not update the overlay? I think I did. Right? 4-5?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
You did. Return is 1-1 is the last action that happened, and that is the last game that we watched.
Okay. Just making sure. So anyway, I don't see anything that the Sheer monster can do, or the Sheer deck can do, and the Bora is just going to pierce anything he sets. This is second Ballista, so he can pop one of these things, but then he'll have no protection from the Zephyrus unless what he set was a chain. So he has to set, and he's setting a non-tuner. So this is Ballista right here. Right there. So he's going to flip the Ballista, kill the Bora, and then he needs a chain on the Zephyros. And to be honest, oh my gosh. Alright, that's just death. So, wow. Yes.
Stay with me, team. Drowning force.
Yeah, that's true. Drowning would have been good. Anyway, I don't think Sokrum could have done... Sorotan could have done anything. He just had a terrible hand.
Yep.
So Sorotan's going to come off the table. We're going to be at 6-4. Yeah, 6-4. Tooney with a quick 2-0 with Black Wings.
Yeah. I think it's worth very quickly.
That's what Black Wings do, though. You know, if they, for example, if they get close, then I mean, I think he had 2 ballista, didn't he? Yeah. So all he had as a monster was the solitaire, and if he activated the effect, he was dead next turn because he had 2 ballistas. So he had to play it the way he played it because he had to play around close. If he played around close and close wasn't there though, then the Shira player had many more plays. Because he could have gotten in a level 2 tuner, which gives him summon from the grave plus a level 8 and all that kind of stuff. So if he played around close but there was no close, you know, if there were 2, but I mean, what would they be? They'd have to be 2 set cyclones. There's no other option. There's no other options. Like, what's he gonna run? Are you gonna set 2 whirlwinds when he had 2 level 4s? I mean, it had to be 2 set cyclones or 2 set close. And if it was not proccing anything, then it was 2 set close. And there's nothing he could have done. I guess the question comes in: can they repeat that Shira? What was that Shira?
That was
that was his second deck, so that's gone. So it's either going to be Sugar or Zenzo. Sugar or Zenzo are going to come in and try to beat this Tooney Blackwing.
The problem when you get down to these numbers, like 6 decks lost, your counters start not looking. They don't line up as well anymore. It's not always as easy. Not like losing early on when you definitely got a counter to put back in. Like they could be.
For sure.
They could be thinking, if we send this counter in now, we're not going to be able to counter X deck in the future. So, yeah, this is where, $1 million decisions are made.
Yep, it's a key decision. 6-4, you have to absolutely beat this Blackwing. The Blackwing can't repeat on the backside of the Blackwing. I don't know, actually, it could be about 3 or 4 decks. And so you don't really know, but what you send in has to be good against the second part of this combo, because if you go down 7-5, you're in equally as bad shape. So, or especially 8. Yeah, if you go down like. Okay.
If you're an 8-5, you're in a big trouble.
I mean, you're 8-5, you're done, because they probably have a counter pick left. So 8-5 is done. You need, if you're Unforgiven here, you need to take 2 decks with your next pick. Your pick has to both be Blackwings and whatever's behind Blackwings. And in the case of Blackwing combos, I mean, I think you have 4 possible decks. So this is going to be really, really hard to guess. Plus, you only have 4 decks to choose from, right, kwrowe? Like kwrowe was saying. So kwrowe was saying you have 4 decks to choose from. So even if you pick something that's good against Blackwing, you might not have another thing that's good against the next deck. I mean, you just might have to hope for brick kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, you can make this what the point of like anchor decks that really can just, come in and sack 3 or 4 times and really pull you back into a game.
Right.
To accept sometimes they could just completely. It's a really tough and tight position to be in. Yeah, I do not envy the decision-making team at the Unforgiven right now. They've got some tough choices to make. It looks like they are using most of their time to make them as well.
Golden icon UNF Sugar is on the table. Here we go. Sugar, pour some sugar on me. All right, we're gonna go ahead and start the spectate while I update that top player, the player there. Sugar is sweet. All right, 4-6 key matchup. Probably will dictate the
Momentum Sabers. I'm looking at. I'm thinking.
Could be D-Draw Dark Magician.
A possibility.
Whirlwind comes out. first is
Two cards is
oh,
making-
double whirlwind Sea Moon play. Tosses the Bora. Sea Moon's gonna have 2 searches at 1800, meaning it can get the Zephyros and one other card, which the Zephyros will then have 2 searches. So I'd say the Sea Moon probably grabs Zephyros and Gale most likely, and then the Zephyros is gonna grab Orishi, and I would grab a Bora.
Matte no sleeves from Sugar. Never trust a player that doesn't use matte or sleeves.
No sleeves. It's true. Gold icon, no sleeves. Alright. Zephyros goes double whirlwind, of course. Double whirlwind will grab the Orishi and the Bora for next turn. So he's going Gale Orishi, which might mean he already has the Bora in hand, which means his hand is Gale, Bora, Orishi, and then 1 extra card. That extra card is actually going to be very key here. He has to go into Rakiri because he has to force the chain. So Rakiri, yeah, here we go. And then it's not a terrible idea to go into a second synchro to avoid the floodgates. And there you go, Gale into Zephyros. If he has his other card in hand is Bora, his last, or Chris, his last card is probably gonna be close if he floats this Zephyros and kicks up this whirlwind to avoid the damage he did, especially if
He's
the
got to
Zephyros
bluff
comes
that
in
anyway.
defense. Defense position means he's got close in hand, and he's gonna set whatever that is. I think that's
That
whirlwind.
set could be a bluff whirlwind. It could be something else. Yeah, he's got a bluff. He's got to send that. Field else if there's no close is yeah, a perk eats it right up. This is does he have it? Does he not?
Well, you'd have to have the fire monster in hand, or the
Doesn't-
oh, you can't run the fire monster if you're running. Well,
That's true. You can run the fire monster. Okay, there's no easy perk here then.
no, it's not true because you can run fire monsters. Lava Golem would be an example. Like, you can run fire monsters, you just can't run the fire elemental saber. There are a couple of fire monsters I have seen in deck lists. Cocytus comes out. Cocytus is not great against Chidori. It just isn't. Chidori's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger.
All he can do here though.
Say again?
He's got a carrot in hand, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah, if he's got a current, that changes everything. The other thing is, you see here the difference between HHG and Mountain, because HHG gives Cocytus a boost. So he would have used the close. Yeah, he's gonna go in. Yeah, the Rakiri. He needs another Gale. Oh my goodness, he has the current. He's gonna chain the Alistair, and this is gonna be G. Bye bye. This man had current OTK cocky. Turn 2.
well, in defense of UNF, they've had that done to them once, so now they've returned the flavor. With that, like you said, 14% chance. Yeah, we've seen it twice now.
I got no words. All right, so yeah, that's it's just your typical OTK elemental saber. So Tooney's gonna lose his first deck. Sugar and Tooney will stay on the field. The score is gonna go to 6-5. That was a big play. That was big. The Blackwing can't repeat. So let's see what happens. Tooney's gonna pick up 1 loss.
This is a huge
Oh, yeah,
game.
that's big.
Like, you really put yourself in the driving seat if you're winning if this is Armades' army, but yeah. If UNF can win this, and all of a sudden they're all level.
Yeah, UNF wins this, and all bets are off. All right. 30 card Crystron SSA. 30 card Crystron SSA against Elemental Sabot. Undyne is going to toss in. Wait, he tosses, right? Yeah, Sulf, and then he draws a controller. So he went Sulf. He could have Whale in hand, right? I guess. Anyway, so Impact's going to come out. Sulf will pop itself and go into, I don't even know what. Smigger, I guess. Thisvern. Okay, gotcha. He's going to pop the Undyne, I guess. And that'll go into some kind of nonsense. Yeah, tuner. And he still gets a set. He can't be targeted. So chain is off limits. Nah, Swag, this one's not Flying Fish because they brought that one earlier. They brought the Flying Fish earlier. No one would bring 2 Flying Fish. It's only good as a 1-of. And, of course, Swag, you wouldn't combine Flying Fish with Black Wings. That's a known.
Tacked in there, you know, just for the all the place that opens up.
Swag's actually one of my favorites in Twitch chat. He's so smart. Alright, come on. What are you doing? What'd you get? Cocytus turn 1? Yeah, of course, because of the water monster in the grave. Alright, so Cocytus turn 1. Recycle the invoke. Amatrix doesn't really matter in this case. Sam Destroyer, you can get over it. That key's going to be Impact. If he has an Impact set, it's going to be key.
Yeah, if that's Impact, this is.
So he has to go into. He grabs the Sulf actually. Huh. So he's going into level 7 Sam Destroyer.
We declared the attack, so.
Yeah, if he redeclares attack, he has to go into the Thisvern.
Oh, yeah, Impact.
Alright, well that's gonna be game. He's gonna have to early Alistair. That's gonna throw. Oh yeah, he doesn't even Alistair. He's just gonna have to let Cocky die. No matter what. Cocky's just gonna die. Goodbye, Cocky.
Will not be me.
Oh, okay. It's not Flying Fish. It's not Flying Fish. Too bad. Smagger's coming down. Here comes a pop. Ooh, Floodgate. Floodgate on the Smigger gives him the chance to go over it with a whatchamacallit? Perk. He'd have to have fire though, he doesn't have anything in the grave for fodder. So he'd have to have one of those special fires. He can go 1800 and not proc D-draw. Unless this is drowning.
many times today with drowning of.
I mean, you actually make a good point. Like, if drowning was in some of these E-Sabers, it would have made big differences. This is going to pop this, and it will proc the D-Draw. So he's going to D-draw into... If he has a fire monster, he's D-drawing into it. If he has a fire monster in this deck, that's what's getting drawn. And if it gets drawn, it's game. Actually, yeah. Fire monster's game. It ends this game. Sugar, are you running a fire monster? Well, we'll see, right?
I think so.
Palace is not going to get you a fire monster.
Oh, but if he's already got invocation in hand, and he does not.
No, he needed,
invocation in hand would have been game.
He needs another turn, so he's doing a delay because he needed 2 summons to be able to pull it off.
Search there, so he's got no battle phase next turn either, which is.
Wait, did he search the Malay? I don't think he did. I think all he did was played the
You're right. You are correct.
Now here's something he has to do. He does not have a choice in it. He has to use the effect because he has Alistair in hand. So next turn is his Purg turn. He has to do that. However, if he does this, he dies unless he has Ebola. And he just dies. He has to. He doesn't. There is no choice in this. He needs to. He just dies. I don't know. There's nothing else to do. He can get over him. 2,000 to the face. It's over. There was nothing else to do, guys.
Though, yeah. The only card. There we go.
So Sugar dies because he did not have the in-hand invoke. Essentially, he would have won if he did. He would have won.
Really shows the nerf that has happened to elemental sabers. Before that, that was just game. You fire and you win.
Yeah. You just search the level the fire. Yeah.
You're taking a hit with that fire nerf. It might have seemed like a small check, big.
Yeah, for sure. Tooney's going to pick up that win, moves his team to 7-5, which we literally talked about earlier. And Sugar's going to lose a deck. Goes down. Now it's 1-1. Alright, so 7-5. Each has a deck. There is an active repeat, but it would only have to be used by the last players on the team, essentially. Or the last 3 players on the team would have repeat options. These 2 players do not. And that's it. Yeah, see, if I was doing D-Draw in Elemental Sabers and it was 24 cards, I would run a Fire Monster. There's no doubt in my mind. Especially if I'm running Unending Nightmare to increase my rate of D-Draw chance, right? Yeah. I'd have to run a Fire Monster because Purg is the game in most of those situations. Mikoto, Kaki died due to impact.
There's maybe even an argument now as a couple of people have buying it out in the Roid engine. Roid engine, I
guess. I mean, you could look at different engines with these sabers. There's also some stally options. I mean, you have to have fire in there. It's not even a question. If you don't have fire in the deck and you're playing against a deck that doesn't have any fire monsters, you will never summon half of your extra deck. It's just not going to happen. Yeah, I can change it with the Malay. That takes 2 summons and a palace. You have put a condition on your Purg. And that condition is what lost Sugar the duel. You have to, especially if you have Destiny Draw and you have extra cards to proc the Destiny Draw, you have to have a fire monster in your deck. Undyne's going to send Whale, search controller. Whale can't actually get himself out yet. Oh, there it is. Okay. So Sylphifnir is going to go ahead and toss this Vern, which now Whale can get himself out. if he so chooses. Against Sarah, what is this, level log Shira? Is that what this is?
Yeah, maybe.
That's gotta be right.
I think it might help.
It has to. Tooney's on the bottom. Let me make sure I got that right. They switched up on me. Switched up on me again. Guys, if there's something that streamers don't like,
The old switcheroo.
yeah. Should write their names backwards, just because. Alright. Whale comes out with a Citry. That's an insanely strong board. I don't know what it's against. I don't know. Because if it's level log, he can go into level 10 and he can start forcing Whale. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he can't go level log right now. Gazuki's going to go ahead and activate his effect to send a level 2 to the grave. He must have 2 back row, but Whale just does not care about back row. He can't target it. He can leave whenever he feels like it.
And he's going to get a synchro here.
Yeah, and I'd probably go with Sam D, but he's going to go with Amatrix. I think Sam D would cause me... I think I'd go with Sam D because I could get through the Gazuki without Gazuki effect being activated. Right? Sam D's not a water monster, right? Or well, he's a level 5 or above. I guess you'd have to choose not to activate the Sea Stealth attack. Here comes Sea Stealth attack in the main phase. That means that Umi is going to come from the grave and go into the field position, and you know that Shira can no longer run Cyclones. So this is probably a pretty bad situation when you have
Spot for him.
Yeah, I mean, do you even? I mean, give me a way. So you can go level 10 into. Oh, okay. You have a few ways. You can go into the Skull Archfiend. Doesn't allow zombie monsters to be destroyed. You can go level 10 with a lot of fodder, and that'll start getting over those level 5s that can't be banished at that time, or he has to take 35 to the face. So I think that's your 2 outs: Skull Archfiend or level 10. And with a Gazuki on the field, I don't think he's set up for either right now.
And he is going to go into the Sam Destroyer by the looks of it.
Yeah, I'd do Sam Destroyer for sure. That forces out one of the back row. Everything's right. Put your impact up so you can get it to the grave off of the Sulf next turn, so I'd probably keep it in hand. And then I'd just attack him. Yeah, he said it. I guess.
Don't know if it's it though.
What? What is... Is he going for lethal? You don't have lethal because of chain, bruh. He's not a water monster, so Whale's effect doesn't work there. I'd say no to Sea Stealth attack here, I guess. Give him the damage.
Yeah.
Whatever. And then 1200 to the face here.
You can't say no to Sea Stealth attack.
Oh, you can't on the attack? I'm sorry.
No.
Alright, never mind. Alright, so he's locked his board. He doesn't run any level 10s, but he hasn't really locked his board because he can always send the Whale or the Gen X controller away. Solitaire is going to activate effect, which is going to essentially get the level 8 out for, level 10. He can go into 10 here. So he can banish Solitaire and the level 2, which will then summon the level 2, so he'll have a level 6, level 2, level 2 on the field. Probably what he's going to do. His fodder would be 1 level 2, 2 level 2s, and yeah, he did it the right way. And the level 6 Shiranui card. So he can go level 10 with 3 protections here.
Is he going to go level. Do you not go level 8 and give it a hell of a lot of attack points and try and go into that Gen X controller?
Yeah, you can go level 8 into the Gen X. Let's see how many points that is. Is that lethal? 2,500. You can't target that water monster due to whale. Actually, something you could do is target it, and then that prompts the back row. You could do that.
He's just gonna go into that Gen X controller. It's not a water monster.
Oh yeah, Gen X controller is not water. Yeah. So he's just gonna target this, knock it down 700. This is lethal if this can't stop anything.
It was a very interesting summon with the Gen X controller.
Wait, I forgot he wasn't water. I forgot he wasn't water. This is bad. What? What's that gonna do? Nothing? You just die.
Very bad summon. It has
I
to be
don't
said.
know why they summon that. I don't even think I'd set it. Why block your field?
I think they were going for lethal and hoping there was no chain there. That was a 2 times now we've seen Sea Stealth attack in very dominant positions and meant that lethal was still possible, you know?
Yeah. So
there was the not banishing the whale and then the summoning of the Gen X controller. It's
So Sugar won that, right? Sugar won, so Unforgiven goes to 6. I'm confused. I don't understand. So so Toonie will come off the table. So Toonie will come off the table. What is this doing? Yeah. And
if it Toonie winning that last game though is now at least they know what they're countering. They're countering this Shiranui deck and they've got the chance to send in first against it.
Yeah.
Still in a good spot here, you know. It's a point lead and it's also a deck choice lead.
Right. Yep. I mean, Toonie did his job. He went 3-2.
Oh god, no!
Yeah.
Oh, guys, I'm just reading. It was a misclick with the Gen X. They didn't mean to summon it.
Ouch. That misclick cost you the duel. Yeah, no, Gen X is not a water monster. I'm seeing chat now. Yeah. I forgot that Gen X wasn't a water monster. I'm gonna be honest with you. I did not remember it.
I knew that, but I had to read. I think I read Sea Stealth Attack about 4 times during that duel to make sure.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I probably said I would just remove the Gen X but yeah, I didn't remember it wasn't a water monster. It's Toonie, I'm sorry you had the misclick, man.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, man. Misclicks really do. Wow, and what a misclick as well. I'm sure we've all been there.
Alright, we're just gonna go into the next war. Misclicks happen. That sucks. Sorry. And it looks like we have. Oh, I forgot to get the player's name. Let me get it real quick.
Yes.
Yeah, Trace.
He's on the...
Alright, so Big Trace is on the. I hope he's on the bottom. Mess me up. Yeah, so Big Trace is on the bottom. Shiranui goes right in the level 6 single back row. This is a sealed tombs deck. Dark Magician, maybe. If it is Dark Magician, that Cyclone is humongous. Humongous to avoid some kind of like chain or something. Ouch. It's so big, in fact, that the Lancea is going to come out and stop the Cyclone. He knows he needs that back row card. Chain on the rod is going to be critically important.
Interesting thing here, though, is that you still have your sealed tombs now.
Yeah, you have your sealed tombs. That's big. Oh, it's not chain. It's nothing else to chain other than rod. So, not chain. What is it?
But you still, even if it's something not worth protecting, you probably still use the Lancea there, because when else are you going to get use out of it, you know?
Yeah, because you're usually banishing on... You can banish on your turn as a DM. Or on,
yeah.
on their turn mostly as a DM, so... Yeah, that's a valid point. Sealed Tombs occurs. It looks like this is definitely the combo wombo. Looked at the added circle, added DM.
You just have nothing here, do you?
Nothing.
You have no access to your graveyard.
Nope.
Know that any one card you've got is going to get banished at some point.
Yep.
Next turn, your back row is going to be unusable because there's going to be a...
Wait. Level 2? Yep. So level 2 is going to augment to level 8. He's going to go into a level 10. That's an interesting move. He's still banished, of course. But that's an interesting move. That could, if he has Lance, that level 10 is going to do some serious damage.
Yeah, if that back row's Lance, then
That's why he saved it. It's Lance.
on nav here still though, because
It's Lance. I know it. I know it. It's the Lance. And this is smart. I'm not even going to let you go into your level 10.
yeah, exactly.
Alright, but I'll, he still has the Lance. So
He has
he's
the
just
Lance,
going to Lance
then,
whatever he targets, yeah.
You've still got to make this player as the Dark Magician player,
For sure.
unfortunately.
Well, the other thing is, if he has Tretch as well, he's going to chain the Tretch to the Lance, right? Or no, he can't anymore, actually.
No.
He can't anymore. He would have done
I think that means there is no Tretch.
Yeah, so that means no Tretch.
Yeah. But
was
Lista
Lance, Ballista Squad, so pops the level 2, gets to pop the circle, I guess. Nothing else you can pop, otherwise you lose your thing. Yeah. And the 2500 now can run over that Kaiku. That would have brought Kaiku, knowing that you were gonna have the 2500 on the field. Anyway, easy enough. Circle here. He doesn't have a Dark Magician in hand. That's the one that he searched off of Circle, I think. So yeah,
Yes.
he doesn't have the Circle
okay.
either. Well,
This is not good.
he has a play. If he has Illusion Magic, or if he has Nav right now, he wins.
Yeah.
That could be Karibo. But if he has Nav, he wins.
But you have to question whose delay that was. Yeah, that's Nav. That's game.
That's it. So he could have had Dark Magician or Illusion Magic in hand plus Nav and win.
And all of a sudden, going into Kaiku makes sense now because you want 2 Dark Magicians here, so you can avoid the Sphere Karibo to stop you winning.
That's correct. You got
yeah.
it.
It's well done there.
And he couldn't go to the next turn because he would have had a level 8 into the rod. So he had to win there. Nice job by Big Trace. Sugar's going to come off. And the last
Sugar,
player...
you got your 2 wins.
Yep. Did everything right. So Sugar comes off, and the last will be Zenzo. Zenzo will come in to try to bring this for Unforgiven. I mean, close it out.
Mountain to
404.
climb here.
Say again.
A mountain to climb here.
Yeah, it's big. But it's just what it is. I mean, sometimes you get into an 8-6 war and you need somebody to step up, and I think that's
and it does happen. It does happen for sure.
Absolutely. So we'll see if that's what winds up happening. 4 decks left for Armades' army. 2 decks left for the Unforgiven.
Next game, then if he loses just one, then the counter, his final deck's going to get countered.
True.
You know.
True.
Or win 2. He's got to win 2 in a row, just to make sure that the all works out for him.
All true.
Hey, how you doing, Temba? Just saw you there in the chat. Yeah, the formidable casting duo is back.
We haven't casted since season 5, and as I looked at my OBS record, it was early in season 5, like week 4 of season 5, something. So glad to have kwrowe back. He's great. He's a great commentator.
Yeah, guys, nice to be back. Crazy it's been that long because we both played season 5, didn't we? We must have just not had time.
Yeah, we were both. I think we were on different teams, so we both played season 5. I think the last time I played was the semifinal matchup or the quarterfinal matchup in the playoffs was the last time I played Duel Links in Team Wars. Yeah, because I took season 6 off. I don't even think I casted. I don't think I did anything related to Duel Links for all of season 6.
Had a season 6 to forget, but my season 5 was quite good. So, we'll take that.
You were with TRNG in season 5.
Yeah, Renegades, the no longer existing team, though. You'll find most of them over at Pharaohs now.
Yeah, Pharaohs. Ooh, they had a hero. All right, so hero goes first. Stratos is going to go into either Ferris or Stratos.
Now, Heroes is definitely a deck that can...
Well, I mean, it's really simple. If he has mass change, the game is over. This game is already over if he has mass changed. It's not even a question. There's no comment to be made. Mass change Stratos is over. He's going to go Ferris, so he's going to set up his poly. There it is. And he even has the Mally to toss into the grave. I mean, you can get the Kaiku out, probably, but you're probably not going to do so with a Banish if there's mass change in the hand. So the key is mass change. Increase going to use its effect on the Ferris. I would use it. If I have mass change, I'd use it on the Ferris. Ooh, no mass change.
No mass change.
Alright, so no mass change in hand. Increase. Fion is going to go ahead and banish the... Can he banish Stratos? I think so. And then he's going to go ahead and grab the Poly. Vion sends the Celestial. Banishes the... He's got to banish Stratos, right? Yeah. And then grabs the Poly in hand. Turn 1 Poly is great against Dark Magician. These two monsters, probably this monster specifically, Vion will be run over by Rod, or Kaiku. Kaiku is also a possibility to summon right off the bat here. But man, just if he has the Poly next turn, and if he has a Cosmic Cyclone or a Mass Change off the top, it's already game.
Cosmic Cyclone, there's so...
Say again, kwrowe? You cut out.
There's so many cards in Zenzo's hand here that could be bad news for the Dark Magician player. This is just a very one-sided matchup when you draw.
Yeah, he has the combo, which is why he's thinking so hard. Because if you don't have the combo, you're just dead. So he has the combo, but he can know that no mass change. Oh, excuse me, no mass change in hand. So one poly, but he can't read the Cyclone. He couldn't have read the Cyclone no matter what.
Oh.
So poly Cyclone. It's just.
Yeah, there's the rod.
Rod's going to run over the Vion. He's going to set up the combo, but so with the poly, if he has either Cyclone or if he top decks Mass Change, because he doesn't have it now, the game's over. Also, if he runs into the Vion, he opens up the possibility for a second Stratos from hand to force out these plays. So it's almost worth leaving the Vion on the field, which is what he did.
And that he's got Celestial Engrave to draw as well if he needs to. Like, there's just so many options here.
He also has the possibility of Plasma at this point, since it's 3 monsters, which still opens up him to a mass change thing. Here comes the Poly. Okay. Poly's going to open up the field for a Stratos. This is just so tough. I mean, I guess what you got to do here is hope for no Cyclone, use your Navi, and send one away. He didn't do it. Mally was in the hand already, so there was no Mally summon coming. Trinity is where he went. He's got 1 card in hand. That card has to be Cosmic Cyclone, or the hero player loses. Cosmic Cyclone, or he had to top deck a Mask. One or the other.
Or he could set it and
Celestial draw. He could. He could, of course, set and Celestial draw. It is the Cosmic Cyclone. He targets the circle. That's essentially going to end this. The navigation you really need to use now so that you can get out Kaiku in defense position. Because if you don't use, he dies though, because of the 5,000 to the 16. He needs Tretch. Tretch here right now, literally Tretch, is what he needs right now. Tretch and then Kaiku off navigation. No, he doesn't have it. So no Tretch. Two draws, high rate of mass change. Trinity's going to attack right into that Rod. After the Trinity is done declaring his attacks, that's when the navigation will be used. He's going to seal the tombs just because. Anyway, so Trinity's going to attack into the Rod for 3,400 damage. Rip.
Up.
Okay, and now he's going to attack with probably the Ferris. Yep. And
navigation comes out, but then Trinity just bashes the next 2 monsters, and then
Trinity can't attack again. Trinity can't attack again. He's already declared his attack for the turn. So Cyclone's going to come out and going to hit the other navigation. So it was double nav, which is great, but he needed that Tretch. So he's going to protect here, but any mass change is game over top. So if he drew mass change off that Celestial, it's game over top. That's going to be game. Ferris into... Ferris is just going to stop declaring his attack. And Anki's going to direct attack over for game. Oh, you're right about Trinity. I didn't even know that.
It can attack 3 times. Its effect reads it can attack 3 times during each battle phase.
Oh, 3 times. That's correct. Thank you. I forgot. Or maybe didn't know. Anyway, he did this the really long way, but I guess he's... Well, no, he would have been Karibo'd if... Anyway, okay. Either way, whatever. Extra turn. Or extra 3 cards. Zenzu wins, winning.
All of a sudden, he's got a nice deck, and he can really sweep through here now.
Yeah.
Obviously, wants to hope there are no Cristrons still left that can come in, but that can count a hero a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, if you save the hero to the end, sometimes you can go on a sweep,
Yeah, you're only one win away now.
Yeah, you're 1 win away from tying it up, and them having a hero counter would be pretty rare in the last 2 decks. And that hero set up very, very well. He set up that poly, he didn't have the second Stratos. He set up the poly. He did everything the right way. He read the 2 Navi. Of course, if that was Navi Tretch, he was dead. He was dead if that was Navi Tretch. But 'tis life. 'Tis life. Because he was dead on that cyclone that he had to use. Remember, use that cyclone on the circle.
Yep. He'd drawn so many cards and thinned his deck and stuff like that that you really did expect him to have at least one of them. And
oh yeah, sure.
in the end, he didn't even need that mass change for game.
Mm-mm.
So he's got the Stratos APK, which is always helpful.
You know, I find Stratos gets opened a lot for heroes, going first or second.
Do you have to remember that in Duel Links that when you're running 20 or 21 cards, there's more than a 50% chance of opening a card when you run it at free, so there's good reason for Stratos being opened quite a lot.
Regulator in the chat saying Shiranui is hero fodder, let's go, because he assumes that Leo is running Levelog, when in fact Leo is not running Levelog Shira, he is running Levelog Karakuri.
Oh, no, that was up there with my favourite decks of all time, Karakuri. What a deck that was. Everyone loved Karakuri. It was so inoffensive and it was so fun, and just wasn't good enough long term.
Sarah Chan says, nope, Power Tool Turbo. I actually think Sarah Chan makes good points. Combining his previous deck with Power Tool would make a lot of sense. So, valid points.
Do you know what deck used to beat heroes quite well? My old friend Aliens. Aliens would destroy.
Aliens, yeah. Aliens were the hero counter in Team Wars, actually. Aliens were the hero counter, man. For a little while. People didn't even want to play heroes. Bring back aliens. Hashtag. I'm a little tired this morning.
What time did this start for you then?
8 a.m., but I kind of wanted to sleep in. I stayed up watching Netflix for no reason whatsoever last night. He goes Plasma turn 1. What? What? I mean, he negates all the plays, I guess, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just interesting. Yeah, he negates every Shiranui monster. All of them. They're all negated. Gazuki's negated, right? And then he just gets to steal it, doesn't he?
Yeah, if they well, I don't. Even a set is gonna be.
Once per turn, you can target one monster your opponent controls. I mean, even if he sets, he can steal it.
Just doesn't get the attack boost, but.
I don't think I've ever seen turn 1 Plasma. I think this might be a first for me.
Oh. Game's changing.
I mean, it's not as bad as turn 1 Trinity. I know Max K did that once. But, you know, turn 1 Plasma is interesting. You know, you get the negates and stuff. Yeah, it's interesting.
Favorite one is turn 2 Trinity, but into an empty board, so you I think quite a few people have done that one.
Oh, I think that turn 2 Trinity into an empty board, and they did Chalice, thinking they had lethal because it would, you know, increase their life points, but then they lost the boost. I've seen that before.
The thing when someone does it on ladder is then the 20-second pause afterwards where they're trying to work out what went wrong.
One face down, and this dude had Cyclone with a Plasma turn 1. That's what just happened. Plasma's gonna steal the face down monster, stay at 1900, be able to negate literally everything, and if the only back row card he had was Void Trap Hole, he ain't got no ballistas or anything like that.
Listen to a small pet hate I have here. So, from my understanding, because Plasma stole that face down, heroes now know what that face down is. Obviously, the opponent knows what that face down is. Why are we not allowed to know what that face down is?
As I understand it, you can click here and find out what the face down is if you're the other player, right?
Yeah. So everyone should know
That's
what that
true.
face down is.
Everyone but the chat, you and me, know what that face down is.
Yeah. You know.
I know what the face down is, though. It's the level 2 tuner.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it probably is, but we should know for sure. There is no benefit to keeping it a secret beyond that point.
Sarah says, I call racist because we can't see it. I don't think that's the definition of racist. I could look it up, but I don't know that that's it. But valid point. I want to see the face now.
I would like to know. You know, that would be much
Sarah, I was joking. It's all good. 6 p.m. and you haven't eaten, girl, go eat. What the heck are you doing? Actually, it's like 10 a.m., 10:30 a.m. and I haven't eaten. I really need to eat. Because, you know,
it was,
I'm a growing boy and everything. Squire doesn't have an effect. This game's over. This is probably Mask, huh? No, it's not Mask. Why would it be that way? Squire's gonna go into Mally. Plasma's gonna attack over the Squire. Here comes the increase. Any monster is game, I guess. His back row is really clogged with a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Like if that's Cyclone, for example, his back row, he'd have to. Oh no, if it's Cyclone, he wins. He can Cyclone the monster that's attached.
He wins. He just wins with increase because
It was Squire. It was Squire, everybody.
Oh.
It was Squire.
Oh, okay, or he could go to Vion, but he could have gone into Stratos and. Or could he have gone?
He's doing
You go into Stratos.
something. Adoration wins. Isn't that exact lethal? 1300, right?
So does Trinity, but.
Kariba? Wait. What? What's he got? What's he got, Shira?
Oh, he's still not in a great spot here.
Bamboozled! Boom. There it is.
I don't think that's enough.
That's nothing. What's he gonna do with that? It's not live.
So, and the Celestial is live next turn. Great.
It's a Cyclone. Just like we thought.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Now he's going to draw 2 cards.
Nah, it's over.
The chances
he
of
either
match
sets or summons and draws 2, and it's done. There's 2 more match changes in the deck. So, game, set, match, heroes. To get it out of his hand, he had to normal summon it. It's interesting.
Because if he doesn't draw a mass change, all of a
He's
sudden
dead,
he's
yeah!
in trouble.
If he doesn't draw a mass change, he's dead! He's absolutely dead. He can run into the Squire, but he can't do anything about the Gazuki, and there's a 2500 coming.
There's a pause here.
Bruh, you didn't get the mask. You needed Adoration on the field.
Such an unfortunate draw.
Oh, he did not get the mask. Here comes Ferris. He's already used his normal summon. He has double Ferris. What the?
This is it.
You're dead. You're dead.
Oh,
You're dead. You're dead.
Holy, so unlucky.
Holy cow.
How many mass changes is he saying? Like 3 mass changes, he didn't see a single one.
Oh, we saw 1, right? Didn't we? No,
No,
we haven't seen a single mass change. 3 mass
Oh,
changes in the last 5 cards.
deck is more mass changed than it is the rest of his deck.
Oh my gosh. Bruh!
He had 8 cards in his deck, and he had
You're
3
dead!
chances for it.
You're so dead! You're just dead with everything.
On then, let's do some probability calculations here. I've got to work out just how unlucky that was.
It's insanely unlucky. Happened to PDS in the finals of Meta Weekly 2 weeks ago, I think. Maybe last week. Anyway, it happened to PDS as well. But I think PDS actually got the last mass change was like it was 3 left in the last 3. I think it got to that point. I don't know what to say there. So Big Trace wins.
82% chance of seeing a mask that time. 4 out of 5 times you see a mask there.
Wow.
Even if you don't always see a mask, he had to draw the level 5 first as well, which made it worse. That meant he had to tribute over his monster. Wow. It's devastating.
Big Trace going to come off. Terrific is going to go on. Terrific. He's just terrific. And terrific. Maybe it's terrorific? Oh, wait. It still says Trace. Wait, did I mess up?
No, it would still be Trace. It's
Oh, did Trace win? Oh shoot, sorry.
yeah, to make it. You got the score right. It's still 7-9.
Yeah, I got the teams wrong. Sorry. I got the teams wrong. That's my fault. Trace won. Yeah. Alright. I think it's correct. Okay. And then Zenzu is down to his last deck. Trace is also down the deck. Alright, everything's corrected. No repeats, no more repeats for Armades army. Oh wait, did he just use a repeat? No, he didn't.
No, he couldn't.
He couldn't. No more repeats for Armades army. Level 10 with a back row against what I assume is Elemental Sabers. I assumed correctly. Alistair? Chain here would be absolutely devastating. Alistair? Into what? Skokitis doesn't do nothing for you. You can go ahead and go into the fire monster and get rid of his level 2 is probably a good move. But one of the problems with that is, what you gonna do getting over this dude? Plus he has the Squire recycle, so he can just like draw and dump another Shiranui and be protected. And you have to use Alistair to get over him. I don't think you can go aggro. Three back row, I wouldn't go aggro at all. The only other thing you could have done, you couldn't have done anything else. That was it. So the Shira has more problem with back row nowadays because they're not running Cyclones.
Yeah.
So triple back row is actually pretty difficult. But the Sabers run a lot of, summon negating, floodgates, voids, etc. So I don't know that the level 10 on the field really cares about 2 of these cards back here. But I think that Chain at 3 is probably a requirement in Elemental Sabers. And Chain would be pretty massive, because if he chains him, then he does not have his effect to save himself. So if he attacks in, Alistair from hand, chain on, he wouldn't even need to chain would stop the attack, but chain stop the attack, and then he can Alistair from hand next turn after getting it back from the grave, while summoning another fire monster using the Squire or using the level 2 he's about to dump with the Kazuki. He'd actually have game over that Kazuki and that 3500. Chain is actually going to happen right here on the Kazuki, so there will be no dump.
That mean there's a second chain I want.
Yeah, he's got 2 chains. They call him 2 chain Zenzo.
Yeah, stop that. Yeah.
They call him double chain Zenzo.
He deserves a god hand after what happened to him last time.
A pointer Lotus, you see the Karibo in hand, plus of course the Alistair. We still don't know what that other back row is, but presumptively it is chain. And phase means that he's going to get into another Alistair with his Destiny draw, I presume. And he gets to look at these. This man's holding double Karibo!
Is double Karibo enough at this point?
No. He's going to use. He's going to use. He's going to. No, it's not. It's literally not. He's going to use this to boost. He's going to have 2 Alistairs in hand. Both of the perks are going to be over the level 3500. He's going to use the only Shiranui in the grave, meaning 3500 can't protect himself. Really, all the Karibo is not enough because the other Karibo is banished. All that matters is that back row card. That's the biggest deal.
What's interesting is that maybe is the Karibo enough, because obviously he can commit to Alistairs to make 1 of 4/9, but then Spear Karibo can just stop
also
it second.
Just, well, he could draw a perk too. Or not perk, current. So he summons this, he's going to get the second perk. There's going to be 2 perks. That's not a question.
Yeah.
And so he has the ability to play the Alistair or the current after the Karibo on one of the perks, and that will end the duel. So if he drew current, he wins.
Yeah. That Spear Karibo is very annoying, and having 2 is crazy.
That's crazy. This is the other thing. Okay, that's it. That's it. Forbidden Lance. We can't get second perk out now. Now we can't get second perk out. Ballista Squad, though. We can. Ballista Squad is going to go ahead and pop the level 10. Well, no, you can't pop the level 10. I guess he'll pop the Kazuki. Wait. Kazuki. Level 10. There's no chain on the... So he'll have 1 protection? No, he won't, because the Purg is going to... Yeah, he's going to use that Shiranui Squire right now. The Kazuki Pop won't have anything to summon anyway in the hand, because he has Karibo. He could go Magellanica, but I think probably the safest is to go with the Squire. Yeah. Now, the Squire is going to get an effect, so he might be able to dump another Shiranui card, of course, into the grave. That Ballista was huge. He did get another Shiranui card. So, that Karibo, even with a current top deck, does it do it? I don't think it does it.
No, a current top deck's enough.
Oh. This is big. Okay? This is big. So he can go into the Malehu, and the Malehu can flip down the level 10, and that is lethal.
Oh, he's already summoned this 10.
Oh, he already summoned the Alistair. True, thank you. Sorry about that. Whoa, he didn't do anything. Wait. He has Alistair plus the card he searched in hand. Right?
Double Alistair.
He searched Alistair rather than current. Choices.
He's got an Alistair, and a second Alistair or a current.
And the other Alistair's in the grave, right? No, yeah, he's got Alistair in his hand for sure. So yeah, either second Alistair or current. You're right. Everything you said was right. I think I would have gone current. This gives you more flexibility.
Yeah, though Temma's suggested that maybe he searched the palace.
Why?
But that's what I'm wondering. I don't quite see what palace.
There's no rational reason for him to search the palace, I don't think. He's got the second Ebola back. Oh my gosh, off the top.
Greg's right. He's got Spear Karibo.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, he's got Sphere Karibo. Now he has 2 because the Appointer Karibo's back. So now there is no lethal.
Oh no. The
Oh, the E-Saber has Sphere Karibo. That's right. That's right.
yeah.
Greg's right. Because he showed. I got too distracted with the double Sphere Karibo from Shira. Okay, so he has a level 2 in the grave, so even if he attacks in with this Malayu, it's going to get saved. But he had to waste through those 2 Karibos. I mean, he had to do
now
that.
he's got his own.
That Malayu is big. That's big. He can't take out both of the perks. Plus, isn't there a Ebola in the hand of the E-Saber? I think the E-Saber already won this. I think the E-Saber already won. He's just gonna get Karibo'd.
Or flip down.
Or flipped. I actually would flip. Yeah, there it is. Now you're up to 3,100 perks. Oof. Rip City, bro. Rip City.
Yeah.
So Karibo and Alistair are 2 cards in hand, for sure.
All of D.
All of D. This game. Zenzo takes it, brings it to 9-8. 9-8. Zenzo on his last deck being E-Sabers. How many times have we said that this week?
So that's a good point. Greg in the chat there, but it was really big that he topped in Malayu instead of having to search it because
Oh yeah,
he would have battle phase for another turn. You know, like
for sure.
I still think he probably ended up winning, but the quicker you can finish a duel, the better.
Now Terrific is going to come on board.
Yeah, and he's got 2 shots at this final deck.
Yep.
Elemental Sabers.
He's got a terrific shot.
Uh,
All right.
New people in the chat today, or else.
With the egg. All right, let's see what we got. 9-8. 9-8. Sidra. 26 card E-Saber versus OTK Sidra. Summons Core, they always have Core. Summons Veer, they always have Veer. Guarantee you he has the trap and the little whirlwindy spell too. Oh look, there's the trap. Set 2. Set 3, Cosmic Cyclone too. Yeah. He has Cosmic Cyclone, the trap, and the whirlwind spell. It's literally game. It's over. Game's over. Overflow. Pop. Use the little spelly thing. Next turn, this turn. It just doesn't matter. Look at it. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Alright. So that's going to end the war. Terrific is going to take it for Armades' army. Barring Karibo, I guess. This is Cosmic Cyclone. Sends 2 Cyber Dragons. It's probably what? Another core? Something. Ebola is the only thing that saves him. La pula. Come on, bro. Just gotta do like this. There is, in fact, an Ebola. There it is! Ebola comes out one time. Still nothing. Literally nothing. I don't know what the... Well, La Puella's there, so I guess an Alistair. Alistair, maybe. Oh my gosh, he hit the Alistair. What? Alistair's gonna search. There was a delay. Elemental Lord, Invocation in hand, La Puella outside in the grave. I guess you go Cocytus. Using effect. So I guess he can go water. Does he have second invoke? Can he go Cocytus and go Purg? No. There's no way, right? There's no way, right? There's no way, right?
Probably doesn't want to go. He wants to go Cocytus over Purg, doesn't he? Though
he has to go Cocytus. That's not even a choice. But yeah. Can he go Cocytus and Purg? Is what I'm trying to say. Because he has La Puella.
It's looking like it if he's turning it into fire.
Well, but he can go water from hand. Off his search. There's the Purg. But now he needs second invoke in his hand. I don't know if I would have gone... I would have gone Cocytus first. But... Alright, so now he needs second invoke in his hand. Let's see. Does he have second invoke? Bruh.
He has to have.
Bruh. Bruh. This man right here is going to end the Duel Links life of Terrific. No, I'm just kidding. Terrific's still in a terrific position. Even though he's got the Cocytus and all that kind of stuff. I think one of these is the trap. Right? So he can blow up that Purg.
I don't know if that's a terrific position. So yeah,
it's not a terrific position.
I think the terrific bit about this is that he's got a repeat and another life.
Yeah, he does have a repeat. He does have a repeat. But I don't know if I would repeat against sabers that keep showing me Sphere Karibo. Would you?
No, it's tough. You have to assume that his second deck is worse than this one.
Bro,
so...
Zenzo ties it up at 9-9. What? This war is 9-9. Bruh. You knew it was gonna happen. A great war casted by TheEgg and kwrowe. There were no other options.
9-9. All down to this guy.
Yep. Let's see if they repeat. Yep. Tooney says repeat. Repeat is coming. Repeat is coming.
I think you've got to, because the second deck, whatever it was, has to be in the worst matchup. And Cyber Dragon isn't a bad into E-Sabers. It's just Sphere Karibo seems to be...
Well, the Karibo is the only issue. But he has to draw the Karibo in a 25-card deck as well. So, you know, multiple pieces to this. 9-9 off the last repeat. Let's do this! This is a terrific group of casters, says Swagonitis.
Thanks, Swag. Appreciate that.
Thanks, ASAP. Alright, come on. Let's go. 9-9. 9-9-9-9-9-9-9-9-9-9-9-9. Alright, so here are your options. You can have Chain, but Cyclone kind of hurts that. You could have 2 chains, but 2 Cyclone kind of hurts that. You could have an Ebola. Nothing hurts that. But then you need like double. You need like early. You could have early Cocky. Then the only way over that is Cyber Twin with Concentrating Current.
Yep.
Or
We just
Cyber
take
End, I guess.
a moment to reflect that Spear Karibo was one of the first cards introduced into this game, and it's still relevant.
Yeah, that's a good point, kwrowe. That's a good point.
Like anyone that went and got free Spear Karibo quickly, that's probably the best investment you've ever made in Duel Links.
That's a good
How long it's
Cyberkinetic fusion support. No one ever knows what it does, but it's there. 2, 3, 4.
know what it does.
Triple back row. So let's guess where the trap, the Cosmic Cyclone, and the Whirlybird are. I think this is the Cyclone, this is the trap, and this is the Whirlybird.
So if that's the case, then you brought it to 9/9, and to lose to a hand like that.
Darn, I missed the Cyclone. I said this was the Cyclone. So this is the trap, and this is the Whirlybird.
He's on 1,000 life points.
Bruh, he dies to a Malayu over that core, if that can happen. He dies to Cocytus. He's dead.
He might have the trap.
I understand, but he dies to
Oh, no,
Cocytus.
you might have the quick play spell, sorry, and then he would.
Here it comes. Something's coming. I don't know what he would have in hand other than water.
He's got the water again.
I don't know what he would have other than another Alistair. He has the other Alistair. This is going to be Kaliga. Kaliga coming down.
I mean, that's GG.
Kaliga.
Like that all you want, but
Maybe he has triple Alistair in hand. You don't know.
I mean, I do because he's in the graveyard. sorry to burst that bubble.
He used the Cyclone. He could have 2 Fiendish Chains, and maybe this isn't the trap. Oh, well. We called it right. It's the trap. We called it right. It's the Cyclone. Anyone want to guess what this third set card was?
I think it's the quick play spell. Yep.
Oh my gosh, he had it both times. He had literally the same hand, core, quick play, trap, and Cyclone twice. That's the end.
You are feeling salty. Unless you've got a Spear Karibo in hand.
Spear Karibo! No, we know it's Alistair. We know it's Alistair.
Oh, yeah, we do.
It's over. It's done.
Yeah, this is.
We know it's Alistair. 1, 2, 3. He gets like 17 attacks. All right, that ends this war. Terrific with a terrific ending to a terrific war. So, terrific of Armades' army ends the war for his team. Nice anchor with his OP Sadra. 10-9 is the final score. Excellent job by Zenzu trying to come back on that one. Do not feel bad about that. You did as good as you possibly could have done. Because that Cyber Dragon literally, it got handed twice on you. You beat a god hand with a Karibo. Chat looks like about 93 people watching. Thanks for being here. 10-9, Armades' army takes the Unforgiven. kwrowe, any final comments?
No, just good games, and wow, unlucky Unforgiven. You really brought it back there, and especially Zenzo, you got unlucky in that hero game, but to bring it back to 9-9 is, a great effort. Heads held high still. Good luck next week.
Yep. Agree completely. Thank you everybody for being here. Thanks for being with Team Wars. If you haven't already, make sure to follow us, subscribe, use the Prime subscription if you can. Duel Links, Team Wars, Discord. You can hit it up with the exclamation point Discord in the chat. Make sure to join. Free agents are always welcome. You post in the free agent list and you can get yourself on one of these teams so that you can play each and every week in Duel Links, Team Wars. Thanks for being part. I'm TheEgg. He's kwrowe. You've seen Armades' army defeat the Unforgiven 10-9. And there'll be more games on this channel and other streamers' channels today. Just check out the Discord to find them. Thanks so much, guys.
Thanks, guys. Bye.